Hey now, what's going on here? Maria-chan didn't get seasick, get seasick, did she?
Oh, she's getting there, Hideyoshi! No! Alright, there we go.
No!
Yo, we're live! Get that shit on the fucking Discord!
I sure am. Just give me a fucking second.
You always have to
1,
be...
2. No.
There we go. Alright, well,
There we go. I'm
the
diving
Rondo of
in.
Witch and Reasoning is here.
Okay, in Northwest Washington.
Fake fiction!
Hey, if you want... Hey, I mean, if you want to get in the Discord, number
Test
one,
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I would appreciate it if you hit that funny little follow button, because it's nice to have more people on the channel. 2, there's literally a button you can enter if you go into the About section and hit the thing that lets you go into the Discord. That being said, the Golden Theater now has 12 people in it. That feels like a little too much, so we're not going to be going any further than that right now. Okay! So, official introductions. Hi! Welcome. Holy fuck, I just realized I actually need to pull up the chart real quick. Man, I'm gonna be fucking finicky about this. Oh my god.
Screensaver.
I have a lot of them. Let's see. Roles. Alright. So, top of the list. Hi! I'm Orange. I'm the proprietor of this establishment. I'm also, the voice of Battler, Goda, Kinzo, and the general narrator. Khan, if you want to say your name. And I would lead it with, I voice a lot of the female characters.
Yay!
Oh, there we go!
I'm Kaneko Ryugamine. I am the only girl here, so I feel a little, outclassed, Oh, not outclassed. What's the word I'm looking for? Number, there we go.
It's definitely not outclassed.
Oh yeah, you're one of the best VAs here.
You steal the show.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on,
you
please.
do.
Keep my ego on the ground where it belongs, okay? Seriously, keep my ego on the ground where it belongs.
Ping pong.
Other than that,
Oh! I'm afraid of heights!
other than that, AC,
Legitimately?
if you would like.
Oh, hi, I'm a citizen. I was the voice of Okanogi and Kumagai for like the longest time. And now, I've been waiting for this for months. And this feels almost like dreamlike to be at this menu right now with everybody tonight. It feels as if the gods have granted my wish. That almost seems too good. Staring into the menu of Umineko Nakuro ni Randu of Witch and Reasoning. It just feels surreal. That being said, I hope the folks at home enjoy this as much as I will.
Can I buy some pot from you?
He's also the voice of George.
Yeah.
Joshi, who will be doing voice work for the first time.
Yes, hello, I am Joshi. I will be doing voice work for the first time. I did do it, but not on stream. I am too in similar ranks of AC and Orange. I have read this before, and I am excited, and I am happy that we are going to get to this point and read Umineko. I will be your humble voice of Canon the Servant, as well as Genji, the Servant, as well.
And then, Noir is the voice of Rudolph and Kraus. Noir, you want to say some stuff?
He's not here.
Noir isn't here!
Oh, I think he popped out.
What here?
I think he popped out a second. Don't know what happened. Wait, was he here before? He was here before, right?
Was, yes. Popped in, then
Yeah,
he
he
popped
wasn't-
out.
Noir, you are needed!
Is he
just keep going, just keep going. We'll come
Alright,
back.
in the meantime, Bone, you can go.
Hello, I'm Bonebard. I am excited to finally be a main side character, where I will be playing Hideyoshi and Nanjo, old man and apparently male wife, I believe is the term. Nor is reloading now.
Okay.
Alright.
cool.
And I believe yep, I'm excited. Next person.
Other than that, unfortunately we're going to be waiting for Nor for just a smidgen. He's already read it, so it's not too bad if we start without him. But we aren't going to try and do that. I hope he's not going to take too long.
What about Shelly? You forgot to introduce Shelly.
Yeah, I know. I was leading up to that. Yes, Shelly, go ahead.
Hello, I am Chelly. I have no idea who these characters are. I have no idea what happens, and I am excited as fuck. I am going to be playing the voice of Kumasawa, who is apparently an old woman, which
Yes.
I will do my best granny voice and try my best.
Perfect.
Easiest way for that, Shelly? Just channel B Arthur.
In terms of anything else, unfortunately, I'm not sure what to deal with Nora right now. But hopefully...
Looks like his internet's been causing some trouble.
Well,
Billy
fortunately,
Noir.
his characters are not going to be showing up for really, really fast. So, hopefully... Oh, there he is!
Hey,
He made it! Nor,
Yep.
introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself.
Noir.
Okay. Here.
Noir is the voice of Rudolph and Krauss. You want to say something?
I've just recently finished everything available that I could find associated with Umineko, so I am now the keeper of all great knowledge, and I look forward to this. This is going to be some crazy fun, and it's gonna get messy.
Alright. So yeah, before we begin, I do see some other new faces in the audience. Number one, thank you all very much for joining. If you want to be in this with us for the long haul, I highly suggest you follow us, because that'd be really cool. We're going to be doing other When They Cry stuff and other Ryukashi shit after this. The next one up is Sakonia, and unfortunately, hey, we can't do all of Sakonia on stream, so if you want to see the whole thing, you have to fucking join the Discord. I'm sorry. But yeah. All right,
Also,
no more.
set some ground rules for the chat. If you know what's happening in the Twitch chat, we would like you to refrain from posting spoilers or bringing up certain names.
Yes.
Particularly because we do have people in the audience currently here that have, again, like we said, have not experienced it, and they might look in chat and see a hardcore spoiler.
Like,
so
I'm going
if you
in
do post a spoiler,
on this.
we will delete it, but and tell you that. Hey,
Alright.
maybe wait until the character's actually.
No spoilers, you bastards!
Yeah, basically. Alright, so, no more beating around the bush. No more bullshit. We're fucking like 15 minutes behind schedule.
Yeah, we'll do it live!
We are gonna do it live. Alright, so with all that being said, it's time to start. Episode 1, Legend of the Golden Witch. Welcome to Rakenjima. The Golden Witch extends you her heartfelt greetings. Before anything else, please make yourself at home. There is nothing to think too deeply about. Just be silent and take in the events, in their entirety, as they unfold. That is all that is asked of you. The difficulty level is standard. Let us at least begin on the trodden road. Let's
The door sound?
fucking go.
Here we go.
I thought that was like an old-timey, like, film reel.
This story is undoubtedly nothing more than fantasy. It cannot possibly have any relations to real persons, organizations, places, or events. Bone!
You've been indulging in alcohol again, haven't you?
The old physician let out a sigh as he removed his stethoscope. Two elderly men could be seen in the dimly lit study, which is filled with dust and a sickly, sweet stench. In the corner of this room, which was much larger than what most people would call a study, there was an expensive-looking bed, a man undergoing a medical examination, and the physician conducting it. There also what appeared to be a servant watching over the whole scene. The bottle is my friend. He is no less a friend than you. He has stood by my side even longer than you have. The man, who had bared his chest for the stethoscope, spoke unapologetically as he straightened out his clothes.
Kinzo-san, your body only appears to be well thanks to the effect of the medicine. However, if you continue to drink such strong spirits, the treatment will become meaningless. Trust my judgment. Temper your drink.
I thank you, though only for the sentiment. My friend. Genji, another glass. Water it down slightly. That way Nanjo can save face.
Are you quite sure?
After allowing both the master who demanded the alcohol and the doctor who forbade it, Genji, the old butler, silently gave a slight nod and carried out his master's orders faithfully. Nanja, the man's personal doctor, let out a deep sigh once again as he watched the butlers busy himself alongside the liquor cabinet. There was a smell filling up the room. The sweet, poisonous aroma felt as though it melted the heart, if not the soul itself. It was the smell of that venomous green drink that the man couldn't bring himself to part from. Nanjo, you are my close friend of many years. I am deeply grateful for all that you have done to keep me alive this long.
I've done nothing. After all, you never listened to my advice as your physician.
And you never listen when I warn you about a mistaken chess move you're about to make. It seems we are even.
My lord.
Thank you. I wouldn't die if I ran out of your medicine, but I would if I ran out of face. With one eye on Nanja, who's had his face set in a resigned expression, Kinzo took the glass that Genji was holding out to him. There were probably very few people who would associate the venomous color which filled the glass with an alcoholic beverage. Nanjo, be honest with me. How much time do I have left?
Well, no. How short must I make it to get you to stop drinking?
Nanjo once again let a sigh out of resignation. As he watched Kinzo down the glass regardless, he spoke.
You don't have much time.
What precisely do you mean by that?
Let us illustrate it with a chess game here. You are closing out the game quite well, but I do not ultimately see you quartering my king.
Nanjo's gaze was directed as a side table with a stately chess set placed on top of it. Judging by the positioning of the pieces, the match was well into the endgame. The black rook and bishop were cutting deeply into the enemy's lines. The white king had already been castled and cornered. Even the amateur could see that the match would reach its conclusion before too long. Every time Nanjo came to give a medical examination, both of them would make a few moves. Nanjo was stating with confidence that Kinzo would most likely fall into his eternal sleep before the game could be concluded. These were less the words of a physician than they were the words of an old friend.
Were you a normal patient, I would recommend that you write a will at this point.
And what is a will, Nanjo? Handwritten instructions to the vultures on how to devour and scatter my corpse.
No, not at all. As the word suggests, it is a way for you to record your will for later generations. It is far more than just a means to divide up your inheritance.
Oh, and apart from the division of the inheritance, what might I write of?
Oh, there's your regrets, and matters you have left unfinished. Things you want to pay passed down, and things you want to tell. Anything you want.
Things I want to be passed down and things I want to tell? Ridiculous. I, Yoshimiya Kinzo, have not one thing I want to tell or leave behind. I was born with nothing. I will die with nothing. There's nothing I wish to leave to my foolish children. Even if the end were to come today, even if it were to come right now, I shall accept this fate of death without a trace of fear.
Kinzo-san.
I created everything. My fortune, my prestige, everything. Those were built up by me, and they'll be lost along with me. There is nothing I wish to leave behind. Nothing! After I'm gone, I care not if it all goes to waste. I desire no tomb, nor coffin. Those are the terms of the contract I made with the witch. When I die, everything will be lost. That has been the part of the promise since the beginning. And that's why nothing will be left behind. There is nothing I can leave behind! After reaching a furious crescendo, Kinzo suddenly slumped over. His expression was limp and feeble, as though an evil spirit had possessed him and then left. However, I do have one regret. I have nothing to leave behind. But there is one thing I cannot leave undone.
You would do well to write it down. But of course, it would be best if you could finish it before your time comes. However, even if the worst happens, those who come after you will carry it to completion. You must leave behind your regrets so that they can be resolved, even if you are unable to do so yourself. That is the purpose of a way.
When Nanjo tried to gently pat Kinzo's shoulder, the dying man flew into a sudden rage and batted away Nanjo's hand. That is no good, no good, no good! Resident, while I still live, at the moment of my death, my soul will be devoured by the demons of the contract and wiped out of existence. For me, there'll be no peace or another world after death. That is why everything must be done before I go. That is why will has no meaning for me. And if I had the time to write such a thing, if I had such time to spare, I want to see it. I want to see it one more time. I want to see Beatrice's smiling face one last time. Oh, Beatrice, why do you resist me so? I would return everything you have. Given my right this very moment, I'm prepared to lose everything. So please, show me your smile just one more time. Beatrice, I beg of you. You must be able to hear this final plea. That is the kind of woman you are. I beg of you, show yourself to me. You're here, aren't you? You're standing there invisible, listening to every word I say. And even now you're mocking me from somewhere in this room, aren't you? Please appear before me one more time and smile! Feel free to scold me. Even snatch away my life by your very hands if you wish. I don't want to die alone like this. I can let myself die until I've seen your smile just one more time. Ah, Beatrice! Beatrice! I offer up this life of mine! I offer it up to you! I'm begging you! Beatrice! And title.
Let's fucking go!
This is weird.
No, it's not. Let's fucking go!
Wait, I have to turn it off without spoilers?
No, this is the one that doesn't have spoilers. I fucking modded it so it doesn't have spoilers.
Gee, like a doll in a paint?
By the way, that's a real plane.
Not shocked by that, honestly.
My boy!
This is a spoiler-free version of it.
Yes, it's spoiler-free.
They have a mod for that.
Welcome to Rakenjima.
Let's fucking go!
Yo!
Oh, I don't even.
Kinzo.
Yo!
Island.
Welcome to Rakenjima. Hope you.
Oh man,
I
that
don't have these
Kinzo
feelings.
fucking
Also,
gutted Kinzo gutted the first day, October 4th, 1984. And 86. Kinzo fucking gutted my throat.
I can.
Dwarf,
How was
something?
Nanjo?
Oh, it tells you the name of the track up at
Alright,
the top
hey.
left.
Whoa. Things sure move with the times. I can't believe I'll already be able to make the trip in just 20 minutes. I couldn't help but scratch my head and marvel at how far things had come in recent years. We used to go by boat. Back then, we were all forced to endure nearly half a day of swaying back and forth over the sea before we reached Nijima. Things have gotten so much more convenient these days. Still, I've never been on a plane this small. I've flown in a huge jumbo jet before. This is my first experience such a tiny one. It's gonna shake, isn't it? The smaller boats shake more. I guess the same rule probably applies to planes. Ah, just spare me.
Don't worry about it. It'll shake much less than that boat did.
Yeah! Is that you, George Anarchy? Yeah, don't scare me like that. You just shaved 3 years off my life. Anyway, what's shaking got to do with anything? You don't think I'm actually scared of that plane shaking or maybe falling out of the sky or something, right?
Oh, of course not. My mistake. I'm sure that you've changed a lot since we last saw you. After all, it's been 6 years since then. You're not a kid anymore.
Sheesh, and here you are, holding to smoke and drink. I've got no interest in smoking, but I've always wanted to try some booze. Well, if you've got your dad's genes, maybe you can hold your own when it comes to drinking, right?
Well, I usually drink for business rather than pleasure. It's pretty hard to do business in Japan without it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I was thinking I'd take my first shot at tonight's dinner.
That's no good, Battler-kun, you're still a minor. Drinking alcohol is known to stunt the growth of minors and... never mind.
Come on, I'm tall enough already! It may be easier to find clothes if I shrunk a little. I puffed my chest out proudly. Till I hit my growth spurt, my height was below average in my class. Then I grew and grew, and before I knew it, I was over 180 centimeters tall. I guess I have all that muscle training and those shady mail-order performance-enhancing drugs to thank for that. Before then, I'd never dreamed I'd shoot 10 centimeters above George Anarchy. Reached his peak height early on. Damn. I bet all my relatives all say, "Look how big you've grown, Battler-chan." Something. That kind of thing is really embarrassing, so I hope they cut me a break. Anyway, my name is Battler. Well, it's pretty damn weird, don't you think? I've gotta wonder why my parents were thinking when they gave me that name. I've never met anyone who could read it right the first time. I usually get called Sento-kun. Too bad. Swing and a miss. My name is written like that. Can you read it? The first part of my family's name, Shiramiya. That's a fairly plausible Japanese pronunciation so far. The problem is my own name. That is made up of the characters for fight and person, so it's pronounced Battler. Put it all together and you get Shiramiya Battler. Pretty crazy, right? Crazy enough my parents decided to call me that. It's even more crazy that some government worker let them make it official. Both groups on the top of my must-kill list. Anyway, this is one of my cousins. His name is written like that, pronounced Shiramiya George. He's 5 years older than me, so he probably turns 23 this year. Since the Shiramiya cousins consist of 2 boys and 3 girls, I ended up playing with George all the time. And because I've always thought of him as a big brother, I still call him Anarchy today.
Oh. Whoa, Battler-kun! Look how big you've gotten. You know what they say, leave a boy for 3 days and you'll hardly recognize him.
Zach. It must be in his blood, I suppose. Rudolph wasn't that tall either until around his high school years. Perhaps people end up taller if their growth spurt comes late.
Okay, sorry, I have to say it. MILF alert!
Fucking hell. Nah, it's nothing special. Also, yes, I hate Witch Hunt too. It's great.
Yeah, her booba is pretty good.
By the way, she's voiced by Takano. Just straight up.
Yeah, so
Hey,
Connor,
the
the
voices?
voice you chose was actually perfect.
Nah, it's nothing special.
Sanic.
A real name is to be tough on the inside too.
Exactly. Battler-kun knows how it works. Real men fight or lose based on what they've got on the inside. Can't even forget to keep up your training and discipline. You do that, wait very alertly for the perfect moment, and strike!
Oh, sorry, didn't know it was something.
Now, even I never imagined that I'd become the company president I am today. Master of my own domain. Yep, to think I've come this far after starting out penniless and ruined.
This portly and slightly chubby man is George Anarchy's dad, Uncle Hideyoshi. He's the husband of Dad's older sister. In other words, we're not blood related. He's nice to children, sociable all the time. even quick to give out some spending money to us kids. Simply put, he's an awesome uncle. He speaks in an odd and very noticeable Kansai-style dialects, seemingly of his own creation. He's actually a natural-born Kanto man.
Does that mean you have to give him like a hick accent?
Yeah, that's why we do
can be
Southern.
either.
Yeah.
It's like,
Or New Yorker, or whatever.
it's the place where comedians come from.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Apparently leaving an impression on everything in the business world. Speaking in different styles than other people is an act that makes him stick out more. However, I hear that he gets embarrassed when talking within earshot of a real Kansai person, who switches back to standard Japanese. I don't really get it, but he's definitely an interesting person.
If only you weren't so quick to brag about your life story. That's enough for now, I think. I'm sure Battle is getting tired of it. Aren't you?
Nope, not at all. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's pretty cool for a man to have some stories he can brag about. I don't have anything like that at all.
Oh, really? I'd imagine a man with your looks would leave girls crying left and right, so I have trouble believing that you have nothing at all to brag about.
No. You're joking, right? Of course nothing weird like that's ever happened to me. In fact, if you know anyone, I'm all ears.
Oh, I'm sure you do have some stories. Must tell your aunt all about it later. After all, she never comes to me with anything of the sort.
This is my aunt and George Anaki's mother, Auntie Ava. She's my dad's older sister. She and Uncle Hideyoshi are a pair of jokers. Always teased me back as far as I can remember. Something has made them a bit hard to get along with when I was small. That said, I'm currently in the process of discovering that they are still hard to get along with. Even so, George Anaki's family is interesting and fun, and they seem to get along just fine. Sheesh. That's pretty much the total opposite of my family.
Look, have you seen Rudolph-san? Damn, her booba's big awooka!
Have you seen
yes,
the
they are.
spray?
I'm uploading it right now.
I mean, hey, I might as well show it off on the fucking stream.
The Steam Sprite it's like balloons. They're like balls.
Shout out to Joshi for making these fucking comparisons.
Absurd
Look at this shit. God.
Damn!
I'll never forgive them for the fucking pachinko sprites.
I'll never forgive the Japanese.
Oh
They
my
had
God.
big boobs for no reason,
Alright.
and I cannot lie.
Huh? He headed off to the bathroom a while ago. Is he still not back? Heh, maybe the poor geezer dropped dead.
That's no way to talk about your own father. Still, this isn't the first time he's taken so long in the bathroom.
Yeah, the guy's always been that way. Does he really have to take the magazine with him every time he needs to take a dump? Oh, what on earth might he be doing with those?
Well, you don't need to worry about that at all. As long as we're together, I won't be letting him do that on his...
Oh, I'll just have to get all the juicy details later. Sounds like Dad got his balls in an iron grip.
You know exactly what would happen with that man if I didn't keep a tight grip, don't you?
Oh, no kidding. You're the only one capable of reining in that old bastard. As a son, I'm more than happy to let you take over.
Yes, leave it all to me. After all, that's my specialty.
This woman is my dad's wife. Her name is Ashirmiya Kirie. As you can probably tell from our conversations, she's not my real mother. She's basically my stepmom.
What's that, Mom?
My real mom died 6 years ago. Kirie-san is the woman Dad married afterwards. I mean, I'm not a kid anymore. It's way too late for me to start calling a second wife Mom. And I doubt if she still feels like using the word son on this massive kid who has no relation to her at all. We are little kids. We know there's nothing to be gained by fighting. We decided that we wouldn't force ourselves to pretend that we were still family. I decided to act a bit more frank with her, as though she's a friendly neighbor instead. It's much easier just to keep a little distance instead of forcing ourselves to act all close and making each other uncomfortable. Kiri-san's has been very open about all this. Thanks to that, we've been able to get along pretty well. As we were capitalizing on Dad being away from the bathroom to badmouth him, the man himself came back, wiping his hands with a handkerchief.
Woo! Battler.
Hey, what's up, Dad? Ow, 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 ow! Don't pinch my ear! Yeah!
So you've been talking trash about me with Mom again, haven't you? What makes it so hard to show a little respect for your father?
Fucking dilf alert. Ow, 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 ow! Damn it! That hurts, you old bastard! Stretch my ear all you want, I'm still not gonna be able to fly! Ugh.
Now. Upwards, upwards, sideways, sideways, round in a circle, back the other way, multiply maxed out with an extra ×2 on top. Now say, Father, please forgive me for being so rude.
Like hell I will! Find yourself some members-only store if you want that much. Yeah! Let go! This old bastard is my dad. I think I'm pretty tall, but Dad's about the same height. Probably not surprised that Auntie Ava started talking about Dad's blood when she saw my height. By the way, my height isn't the only thing I got from him. It seems having weird names runs in the family. Dad's full name is written like that. Can you read it? Not many could, I'll tell you that. That means that mess of characters is pronounced Rudolph. He must hate grandfather for giving him that name. Still, that's no reason to pass that weird naming tradition over to me. As the old bastard twisted my ear all over the place, Auntie Ava snuck up from behind him and grabbed his ear.
Hey, Rudolph. Don't take your frustrations out on your kid.
Yeah, that hurts, Aneki.
The scene before me was a perfect realization of the trope that is of the older sister who deals out punishment to her pranks their younger brother despite his size.
I think that's good enough for Alex Ebenezer. I'll make sure to stretch out his other ear later on. Oh, my apologies. Must leave some pulling for you to do, Kirie-san. Rudolph?
This is still Ava.
Rudolph! Gives you lots and lots of punishment later on, alright?
You're one to talk, Aneki, bullying your little brother like that. Hideyoshi-san, I'd like to thank you very much for picking her up. If you hadn't been so generous, she'd still be unsold in the store.
Oh, damn!
You have my gratitude and apologies.
Who are you calling unsold?
After taking 2 or 3 steps back, Auntie Ava unleashed one of her beautiful high reverse roundhouse kicks, which stopped just a centimeter away from the tip of Dad's nose. After starting out with Tai Chi Chuan for a figure, Auntie Ava then had developed an interest in the Chinese martial arts. After that, she went through karate, taekwondo, capoeira, and what is she learning now again? Well, anyway, they say a woman's weapons are her lower body. And that's literally true for Auntie Ava.
Did you know this single direct blow to the side of the head like that would knock you unconscious? Not so long ago, I accidentally connected in a practice match and my opponent was out cold.
Sheesh, what a pain. Guess I have to apologize for her tendency to lash out with her feet, too.
Dad, completely unfazed, shrugged and smiled ironically at Uncle Hideyoshi.
You never had a brother or sister myself. Well, I never. So when I see you two bickering with each other, it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. It sure is nice to have a big family and siblings.
Oh, and why not consider making a little brother for George-kun? He's already a fine adult who's about to go off on his own, so it might be a good time to have another child.
Hey, have a little sympathy for the new kid and all the pain and suffering he'd have to live through. I'm surprised even George-kun turned out as well as he did after being born from that sinister sister of mine. And what an awesome kid he is. Please share some of that with our blockhead of a son someday, will you?
That's not how it works. Sorry, let me reread that. That's not how it worked. It's thanks to Eva Nathan's proper rearing that George-kun became the good, gentle kid he is now. Isn't that right, Nathan? Oh, come now. Think so? Poor George still has a long way to go. By the way, how's your little Ange-chan doing?
Angie. It's Angie.
Angie-chan doing? Heard she was vomiting.
Oh, that's right. And I was hoping to finally see her face after such a long time. Is she alright?
She often catches a cold when the seasons change. She's very frail. I did want to bring her along, but we decided to have my family look after her this time. I think that's a wise move. She'll be on the mend faster if she's not exposed in that toxic head house. A child's health is always more important than an adult's convenience. Don't you think?
I know some of you have, blah blah. I know some of great medicine for vomiting colds like that. When we get back home, I'll send it over right away, so be sure to give her some.
So in that case, we pronounce it Ange.
No, it's Angie.
Yeah, it's Angie.
Like Western names.
There's no I.
No, it's Angie. Trust me.
Wait,
The Japanese voice actor said it.
Yeah,
In the fighting game, they literally go Ushuramiya Angie.
Oh, Anje.
Yeah.
Oh, Anji, probably.
Yeah.
So, Kyrie.
It's like Angel, but Angie.
Yeah.
Uh,
Alright, anyways, Kyrie.
Okay. Thank you very much, Hideyoshi-san. I'm always in your debt.
And once the conversation suddenly veered off in that direction, we kids didn't have any chance of butting in. For now, I'm just happy that Auntie Ava gave Dad his just desserts for tugging on my ear.
Hey, Bob.
looks like we're still waiting for the weather report.
George Anarchy pointed at the counter. The pending weather clearance sign was still stuck next to the scheduled departure time for the flight you were scheduled aboard. According to Anarchy, smaller planes are more subject to winds and other effects of the weather. Not at all uncommon for flights to be delayed because of that. Wait a sec. It isn't really gonna shake, is it? From down here on the ground, it just looks cloudy, not windy. Well, I guess it's different up where the planes fly.
The weather's a bit uncertain today.
Auntie Ava was looking at a TV in the lounge. Oh, meh. The weather forecast was being broadcast, informing us that a typhoon was approaching the Kanto region.
A typhoon again? I guess we're doomed to these with the family conference being in October every year. Couldn't he choose a better season? It's like typhoon, typhoon, typhoon out here.
I agree. I've always hoped we could have it sometime around the Obon Festival in mid-August. In that case, why don't you suggest that to Father and me-san during the conference?
Very funny. Why don't you do it yourself? Our brother would never listen to anything I suggested.
No way. Doesn't really bother me that much to happen in October. We're the one who complained about the typhoon, so I said ask them to change it then. That's all.
I only said the typhoons always come around this time of year. You're the one who said you wanted to move it nearer to Oban.
Well, you said it too last year. Didn't you say that it would be easier to schedule if we had it nearer Oban?
I've never said anything like that.
Oh, yes, you did. I certainly wouldn't forget something like that.
No, I didn't. You're the one saying that all the time.
Are you aware? Stopping a kick just a hair's breadth away is a very high-level technique.
Sheesh, women your age should be more proper than that.
What?
Dad and Auntie Ava's argument was so different from a couple of brats bickering.
I expect it's because, although they normally act as mothers and fathers, they turn right back into kids again when they meet their old siblings at these family conferences.
You're the one looks like a real adult, analyzing it all calmly. I hope I never turn like that old bastard. Not sure they'll end up as an intellectual adult like you, Anarchy.
Oh, like me? Oh, I still have a long way to go. I still have very little experience out there in the real world, and I need to work on becoming more bold and sociable. I think you've surpassed me on all those counts, Battler Gun. I'm sure you'll outstrip me fast enough when you become an adult.
George Anarchy scratched his head and laughed, as though trying to hide his embarrassment. Of course, he was just being humble. Anarchy entered a university and became an apprentice in Uncle Hideyoshi's company at the same time, studying both academics and how to become a business emperor in parallel. Then, after graduating, he got into Uncle Hideyoshi's company as his father's aide, piling up a lot of real-life experience as he devoted himself zealously to his work. He even had grand dreams of one day standing on his own and becoming a lord of his own domain. Anarchy is a real paragon of man, sparing no efforts to strive towards his goal. It's no exaggeration to say that I really respect him. And then there's me. I'm nothing at all like Anarchy. Living my happy-go-lucky idle high school life to the max. I've got no dreams of the future. Like to just sit back, stay cool, and let the money flow in. But of course that could never happen. When Anarchy was my age, he'd already formed an impressive objective, and had started devoting himself towards studying for that goal. So I guess I can't compare at all. Matt just says, sure, you can study in my company if you like cleaning toilets. Damn it. I'm not gonna be in the dead of that old bastard. I'll find my way myself. I guess that intensity is my one qualification towards adulthood. Should I go off on one of those self-searching journeys that are all the rage these days? Well, it's not like I could mooch off my parents for that kind of money.
Oh, that me. Oh!
Right then, Uncle Hideyoshi shouted out loudly. Uncle's a really nice person on the whole, but he does have a problem controlling the volume of his voice. Looked over, I saw he was greeting Aunt Rosa, who had come late.
Oh! There it is, Aunt Rosa-san! Maria-chan, long time no see.
Long time no see! Oh!
Rhea? Shouldn't that be it's good to see you again? Treat your uncle properly.
It's good to see you again.
There you go.
I love her crown.
Well said. How about some candy as a reward?
Okay.
Oh, huh?
Remember,
Where'd I
this is
put
the
it?
80s.
Sorry, quick break. I have to go thank somebody for money. I'll be right back.
Dude, if that's anything like Deneb candy, then I do not want it.
What type of candy?
What?
Common Rider, guys, come on!
Oh, yeah.
Deneb?
I
Deneb?
have no idea what's a common
Deneb
writer.
candy? Doesn't it come from his ass?
What?
What?
What's the common rider?
What's a common writer?
Bugman.
It's a bug.
I have heard the
There's a
name.
weird
I just honestly have
ninja
no idea what it
genie who's
is.
an idiot. That's all I know about him.
Man, I'm excited for Evangelion Man's Shin Kamen Rider movie.
Oh yeah,
I
he
can't
does
believe
good
he's
work.
actually doing that.
Yeah, Shin Kamen Rider, like the original Shin Kamen Rider from like the 80s, or not, probably not the 80s, but there was an original Shin
90s.
Kamen Rider that was like that was like the Fly. He was like an actual bug man. I think it was supposed to be like slightly horror.
Seriously, I love her little crown accessory. I want one.
Oh, you love it?
I shall crown accessories.
Maria, best girl.
Oh, turns out it's just made of milk, honey, and
Isn't she
melon.
technically the only girl here? Because like the rest of them are women.
Not even 15 minutes in, it's already better than Higurashi.
I don't know about that.
I mean, this whole thing has just
Like,
been,
it's better than
this
the
is this
start of
character,
Higurashi,
this is
like
what
that.
they do. And that's interesting, because you need background before you start a murder mystery, of course.
Like, it's better than the start of Higurashi, I'll say that.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
Wasn't that the whole point? That
back.
it was supposed to be really fucking chill and, like, generic, and then, oh wait, everyone's trying to murder each other. Wasn't that the point of Higurashi?
Isn't that also the point of this?
Don't.
I mean... yes?
Zaz, that
We're not for
fucking
sure why.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, hey wait, B-Jerk, you probably know what's up, right? We're gonna have to let you into the fight room. Which is where all the people who know what's up go. But anyways, back to it. Did you read this line? I forget.
Yeah, I read it.
Alright, cool.
Rosa-san, it's good to see you again. It's good to see you too, Maria-chan. It's been too long, Kirie-ni-san, Hideyoshi-ni-san. And, oh my, Battler-kun? How big you've gotten.
Ah, come on. It's embarrassing hearing that from every person I meet.
Hey, Rosa. You're late. If the plane was on time, you'd barely have made it.
I'm sorry. We had some trouble making our train connection. So we're waiting on the weather yet again. I much prefer a 30-minute plane trip to spending 6 hours bouncing out on a boat. But if we're kept waiting here for hours, we're much faster overall.
Maria-chan's gotten huge, too. So how tall are you now?
Oh, how tall am I now?
Mia parroted Uncle Hideyoshi's question, looking up at her mother. I guess she really doesn't remember her own height. Probably right in the middle of a growth spurt. Her height must change every month. A few more years, she'll probably start looking very feminine.
How tall were you the last time you got measured? She just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Don't you? I think she's grown a lot since last year. Let's see, turned 9 years old this year, didn't she?
9 years old.
That's right, you're 9 years old now. Good to see you're doing well too, Maria-chan. Up you. I guess you're getting a bit too heavy to play airplane with.
George Anarchy, what a rude thing to say to a lady. Here, I'll do it. Up you go! I lift her up in Anarchy's place. Maria stiffened defensively, staring suspiciously at my face. Ah, that's right. Last time I met Maria, it was 6 years ago, when she was only 3 years old. Of course she doesn't remember my face.
Maria-chan, don't you remember? It's Battler-kun. We used to play together, remember?
I doubt you'll have any luck. The last time she met Battler, she was only 3. You don't keep memories at that age.
She must know everyone's face apart from mine, because she meets them every year. But I haven't had contact with the Ashrimia family for about 6 years now. There's no surprise that this 9-year-old girl doesn't even have any memories of me. Even I can only barely remember having her being a 3-year-old crybaby.
Maria, this is Battler Oni-chan, Uncle Rudolph's son. Understand?
Uncle's son is... Uncle's the son...
The ooh is probably the sound of her brain breaking. I'll understand the complicated explanation. Guess it was a bit too confusing for her.
Maria-chan, this is Battler Gun. He's your cousin, like me.
Super Oni-chan? Battler? Then... Oh!
That's right.
Oh!
You got it.
This part of Anarchy is what makes me really look up to him. For someone who isn't married, he's great at dealing with kids. I'm sure that'll be an indulgent father in the future.
Battler Oni-chan?
Maria looked straight at me with a questioning expression, as though asking whether it was alright to call me that. Yep, that's me, Battler. Nice to meet you, Maria.
Huh. Battler.
Maria, mustn't address him without honorifics. Call him Battler Oni-chan.
It's cool, Auntie Rosa. I don't sweat the small stuff. Right, Maria? We're buddies on a first-name basis. Us two, aren't we?
Battler! Battler! Battler!
That's right, Maria, Maria, Maria! Ooh, ooh! We rushed around for a while to make up for the 6-year gap in our friendship. She probably still thinks of me as nothing more than a big new friend. But things will probably work out as we get to know each other again. But I'm surprised. Just the way I remember her being 6 years ago. Seems the people don't just don't change that much after all. I'm a bit happy that she's still the pure, innocent girl I remember. Her name is written... That one's not so difficult to read. Of course it says Maria. Yes, it's a very good description. Yeah, because there's a little bit of a cross in there. Third does look like a cross, which is pretty cool. The feelings don't really show up in her face, so it can be a little difficult to notice what she's thinking. That's just how she looks on the outside. On the inside, she's a sweet, normal girl. This is Maria's mother, Auntie Rosa. She's my dad's younger sister. Rosa is written like that. Here's a name that's totally not Japanese. Sorry to say it, but her name's almost as ridiculous as Dad's. We gotta respect her for not ending up as screwed up as he is. When I think about it, all the names of my family sound foreign. Just why his grandfather's so obsessed with this. Because of him, even us grandchildren have to put up with this weird naming sense. Even more knowing since grandfather's own name is perfectly normal. Anyway, there's one thing about Auntie Rosa that's a relief compared to the other family members. That old bastard and Auntie Ava have this annoying urge to tease and mock people all the time. Even if she shares their blood, Auntie Rosa isn't like that at all. She had the most common sense among all the siblings. Uncle Hideyoshi, she is a kind aunt who will always be on the kid's side. However, possibly because she's more strict as a parent, she's not liberal with handing out spending money like Uncle Hideyoshi is. Alright, now you have the entire group of family members who are going to board the plane. So they waited for us all to gather, and as it rang out through the lobby. Who wants to be who wants to step up? Now's your chance.
Our apologies for the wait. Boarding will now commence for Flight 201 to Nijima. So yes, the passengers, please form 2 lines in front of the counter behind the white line.
Rosie, you still haven't gone through boarding procedures, right? Hurry up.
No. Maria, come on.
We had to go through a metal detector before getting on the runway. Our small plane wasn't as massive as an international flight, but it was still a plane. Whoa! Oh yeah, I scrolled up by accident. Alright, cool. Can I? Okay, cool. There we go. Still playing. Staff member hold up a metal detector and check this all.
Is that a vortex with butterflies surrounding it?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Once all of us clear the check, we'll follow the staff members out into the runway. Come to think of it, everyone here is in the Ashurmea family. It's like this is a reserved charter flight or something. Our group stopped in front of the entrance to the airplanes. Then our guide turned around and spoke, looking down at the passenger list, as she did.
Right. Boarding will now commence. I call the names on the passenger list. Take your seats in order starting from the front row on the right side and going right to left, then onto the next row. We'll now begin reading the passenger list. Jiromiya Hideyoshi-sama.
Oh, I'm first. Right here. By the way, do you have any candies, Eva? I've been looking all over for them, but I can't find them.
Jiromiya Eva-sama. They're in my handbag. Get them once we're inside the plane.
I've heard that candies are a good way to protect your ears from hurting due to the variations in atmospheric pressure when landing or taking off. That's probably what they're talking about. I hope I get a window seat!
Don't worry. There aren't any other kind of seats.
From the Georgianiki, there are apparently only 2 lines of seats. Yeah, it's a small plane, alright. It isn't really going to shake, is it?
Jiromiya George-sama.
Oh, right here. Don't worry about it, gun. It won't shake too much.
Jiromiya Matsuda-sama.
Aniki, how much is not too much? You can't just swim if you fall from a boat, but if a plane crashes, you're screwed, right? We all get our own parachutes in our seats, don't we? Wait, we don't?
Jiromiya Rudolph-sama.
Come on, Battler, quit being a wuss and get in.
Ow, Dad! Don't push me! I don't get parachutes!
Jiromiya Kyrie-sama. Alright, stop fooling around. Let's move along.
Ow, Kyrie. Don't push me. This blockhead isn't moving forward.
Jiromiya Maria-sama.
Forward! Forward!
Jiromiya Rosa-sama. Maria. Keep quiet.
Maria!
Maria.
AC.
This is your pilot, Kawabata! We'd like to thank you for taking you to New Tokyo Aviation's Flight 201 today. We estimate the flight to Nichima Airport will take about 20 minutes. We are receiving reports of atmospheric turbulence. There might be some shaking of the aircraft, so we ask you to not unfasten your seatbelts after takeoff.
Aniki, did that guy just say we need to wear seatbelts? In a jumbo jet? Let you do them after takeoff. It's gonna shake so much we can't take them off? Damn it. You tricked me. It's gonna shake after all. Where are the parachutes? I know I should have taken the boat!
What a wuss.
Legend of the Golden Witch.
To be fair, I fucking can't stand turbulence. I always get shaky when that happens.
No, but it makes me feel better about it because I also have a fear of heights. It just makes me feel better.
I can fly in a plane, no problem. I just hate turbulence.
I'm perfectly fine going on airplanes. The only problem I have is the ear thing.
I guess I have some
Hey, it's the lay motif.
Like
I
he
wanna-
said candy.
We haven't even read this
Yeah, he said
yet.
candy, but it's actually gum. That's the stuff that works just fine.
Find out.
Candace?
I really want to travel after Conan's
Well, they're
over.
just dropping Nazi. These are not spoiler characters.
Yeah, these are all characters
just
you know.
dropping
You will soon learn.
This is the family.
I love how Zaz just said Nazi in big bold text.
Look. Give it a sec.
Yes, we get it!
There he is! There's the furniture boy! You will soon you will
These
soon
shots
learn.
are gorgeous.
You'll soon learn.
Yeah.
Janai.
Umineko no Nakokuro ni Rondo of the Witch and Reasoning.
Rondo?
Yeah, like a rondo is a musical piece. Or
Oh,
it's a form of music. Like how this game has a fucking bop soundtrack.
Yeah, it's a form of music, and
That's
this
the
form of
original
music is
soundtrack.
But like Obon.
banging.
Oh, this is the original soundtrack. There wasn't any editing done for the
Nijima,
mod.
Makoto Nijima!
Unlike Higurashi that had a horrible soundtrack. My god, I hated that
APM?
Sakura theme.
Anyways, different airport now.
Are you really gonna diss on da 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 da?
There were some good ones. Anyway.
Hold on a second. I noticed there was a timestamp on these things. It said 8 a.m.?
Yeah. Also, we've already we've been for exactly an hour now.
Bam.
Should have taken the boat. The boat.
Ria, that's enough. But what a surprise. Thought there was nothing that could scare a battler-kun.
This guy can't handle vehicles for some reason.
I didn't know I was a nameable character in an RPG.
Always yells about falling and sinking and stuff. You're a disgrace of a man, you are.
Shut up! Thing was seriously shaking way too much. I just got a little stressed. This is my first time on a small plane like that.
You call that a little stressed? Sounds like it'd be fun to take an overseas vacation with you, battler-kun. Would you like to go to Egypt with your aunt? Get to ride a plane for a full 14 hours. There's a good plan. Battler-kun, you should let Ava Nason toughen you up some. Boy, were you hilarious.
Now you know. No, now. Everyone's got their own strong and weak points. It's bad to laugh at them.
Dad, you're laughing too? Hey, Maria-chan, you shouldn't laugh anymore.
Don't laugh anymore. Huh.
God damn it! Being scared of planes really such a big deal. Everyone obviously thinks I'm a big oaf now. Car.
Does that car have air conditioning?
Oh, maybe it did. We split up and took separate taxis from the airport to the harbor. From there on, we were taking a boat to the island. Yeah, and they're right next to each other, so it's not that far. It'd be a leisurely 30 minutes by boat. After the pier where the boat to the island was anchored, we saw a silhouette waving its hand.
Nissan! It's been so freaking long!
Ah, Jessica-chan, it's been over a year since I saw you. That's been You've gotten taller again, haven't you?
Give me that. It's embarrassing hearing that every year.
Hey, Aniki, you gotta be kidding me. That's really Jessica?
Wait a sec. George Nissan. Massive beast. Battler?
We both stare each other down. She definitely looked like the grown-up in my memories. But I do remember her crazy way of talking. Yo, Jessica! What's this now? You're kidding me, you look like a woman now! Look at those boobs! You even managed to get a chest! Let me rub them! Let me!
Brother, she's your cousin!
Hey, screw you! I'm a blushing flower of 18! It's like hair grows out, so will other stuff. Think I just got boobs just so you can go and rub them, loser? What about you? Got anything to back up that ridiculous size? You remember to grow any actual muscle?
You better believe it. I'll show you how much training I've piled up since back then.
Oh, cram it. Beat you at your own game.
This headstrong girl's name is Ashura that. She's born with the same unlucky star as me, sharing the same kind of weird name. You see, that is pronounced Jessica. She's Dad's oldest brother's daughter. That older brother happens to be the eldest son of the Ashura family. He says that also technically makes Jessica direct heir to the Ashura family.
Since Jessica and I are the same age and had that type of boy-girl rivalry between us, most means of fighting and joking around whenever the relatives gathered. Jessica grew more quickly, so she always had me beat in terms of size and physical strength. When we scuffled as a contest of strength like this, it usually went Jessica's way. So even though I clearly understand that I'm bigger now, I still feel like I can't win against Jessica with my strength.
Oh, fuck! What are you getting all serious for? Wow!
Hey! This is nothing. Jessica, you've gotten weak.
Shut up! I'm a woman over here, believe it or not. No way I was always going to be stronger than a man.
Well, that's certainly true. The meat I put on my arms all went to your chest after all. So they'd be a pretty even test of strength between my arms and your boobs, don't you think?
Told you, my boobs aren't for you to feel up! How about you? Your height says you're an adult, but what about your other places, huh?
Fucking damn.
Stop it, idiot! No! I'll be ruined for marriage! Don't touch me in strange places!
Don't say stuff people are gonna misinterpret!
Honestly, I was so surprised at how feminine Jessica had become that I'd seriously horsed around to hide it. Well, yeah, considering what a bossy brat she was 6 years ago, anyone would be surprised. And I guess she's just as surprised. I was expecting she'd lose to me in a test of strength. Losing that easily, she must be shocked at how much I've grown in the past 6 years. 6 years. Once again, I'm being shown just what a huge gap of time that was.
Total defeat! I have no match for you anymore.
That's not true. Even Baruka must still have its weaknesses. Right, Maria-chan?
Gonna fall!
Don't, Maria. Let's keep that a secret, okay?
Oh? What the hell's that?
Sorry, but you won't be seeing that weakness of mine now. After all, the nightmare plane trip is already over and done with. Only thing left is the nice, quiet splashing of the boat trip. I never thought I'd become so fond of that piece of junk boat.
Son, is there something wrong with his head?
You'll understand soon. Very soon.
At the time, I didn't understand what Aki meant by that big smile. Jelly!
Jelly.
Jelly?
Mike's muted.
No. Jelly, you're muted.
Hey, yeah, sorry about that. And how we here? Oh. Roxanne, how big you've grown.
Who's it this time? It's an old lady with an apron. Oh yeah! That takes me back, I remember now.
Remember her, Battler-kun? You remember, she's Kumasawa-san, one of the servants.
I can never forget Kumasawa-chan. I mean, you haven't aged a bit in these past 6 years. Oh, wait, you haven't gotten younger, have you?
Oh. Lately, my skin has been getting all smooth and silky. Okay, this is not an old woman, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna try my best. I can't... Okay. Look, hasn't my chest grown even bigger as well? Want to give it a rub?
You're gonna be trying to get it.
Very funny. My breast ripping is strictly limited to that. I swear it gets less horny over time.
Even I had some bouncy ones in my youth, you know.
Granny trying to get it.
Now, please feel to have a go.
Go, Granny.
Give me a break. It's chicks I'm looking for, damn it. Not grannies. Jokes I've cracked about Jessica are being used against me. Come to think of it, she always was the type to tease people.
Doing travel time, stop that now. People with one foot in the coffin shouldn't jump around.
To spar with the young is the most rejuvenation medicine. Oh.
Now my favorite character.
I wasn't sure if I could make this work, but I think I've done it.
Honestly, you can get more boisterous if you want to. Like, there you go. That's perfect. That's
I don't know if I can keep that up though.
You can try your best.
Just do your best.
She's a side character.
Oh my god,
she
this is amazing.
She won't have a lot of fucking dialogue. Don't worry.
That's okay.
Anyways, David time.
It's rare for you to come pick us up, Kumasawa-san. What curious turn of events is this? Normally, whenever you're entrusted with something to do, your lumbago always kicks in.
Did that even pick up?
Kinda cut out
a little bit. Yeah, you're gonna have to be a little bit louder than that.
Eva-sama, you are as harsh as usual. I found myself with some urgent purchases to make, and while I was at it, I thought I could welcome you all. It does give me a bad impression that the one waiting to greet you is a decrepit old woman.
Aunt Eva spoke sarcastically, but Kumasawa Bachan's years of experience were nothing to sneeze at. She was more than capable of smoothly and coolly letting that comment slide. Well, I'd rather not say it, but old Kumasawa Bachan may be her past her prime as a servant. I act as though she's in good health, and between her headaches and the lumbago, her body is wearing out. To tell you the truth, the very fact that she's still working is impressive. How old is she this year again? Must be pushing 80 now. Surely that she's still able to act so brightly.
You just seem to get more and more lively. Oh, that's right. Here you are. It's the tea I was talking about before. Look, I bought some. Please do try it later on.
Aunt Rosa showed her the souvenir bag she'd taken out of her suitcase. Even she had remembered the promise that she had apparently made last year and faithfully bought it. This sort of thoughtfulness was just like Auntie Rosa. She wasn't the kind of person who could forget or break a promise. As for Kumasawa Bachan, she seemed deeply touched by the fact that not only had Auntie Rosa remembered that year-old promise, she had also bought that gift for a simple servant like her. This woman is Kumasawa Chiyo-san, Dad. The senior servant who's been working for the Ashurmiya head house for many years. As you could expect from someone her age, she isn't that good at manual labor. From kitchen work to cleaning and laundry, she's a kind of super servant who can handle just about anything. Seems like her only flaw is her tendency to slack off. She tries to get away from heavy or troublesome work by playing up her chronic disease. In Kumasawa Bachan's case, maybe we should call that sort of lazy craftiness. Though it probably doesn't impress those paying her salary. Ah, well. Even if she's pretty flaky when it comes to work, I could never dislike her. That's probably because of her cheerfulness and her constant smile.
Hey, glad to see you're still in fine spirits. How's your back doing? Then.
Even with the medicine, it's not getting one whit better. According to the doctor, nothing more can be done for this one. It's what they call an incurable disease. Is that picking up okay?
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. Good.
Blows me away how you've just kept getting prettier, Jessica-chan. Be glad you ended up like Matsuhei Nason.
Really? Certainly, I don't think I look like her at all. I mean, I don't even want to be like my parents. Because I got zero respect for him.
Now, you shouldn't say such things. It's amazing how many people don't want to be like their parents in our family.
Ah, that's me!
Oh no, don't just start taking after me. Your nose looking like mine already pisses me off.
What are you talking about? It's ridiculous how completely alike you are. and like your father.
Come on, you can't be serious. Just how am I like Dad?
Or he's comfy and copy in arrogance and self-importance. Father's blood is especially strong in you and Nissan. Are you staying, Rosa? Oh, absolutely! Ralph Nissan and Rudolph Nissan are almost unbelievably like Dad.
Alright, already. Why am I the only one under fire from the girls? Hideyoshi Nissan, please, help me out.
My, Rudolph-kun. You're always so popular with the ladies. I'm jealous.
Oh ho ho! As usual, you're popular enough to make me jealous. Well then, everyone, shall we head over to the boat? Now, Maria-san, let's get the boat together, alright?
On the boat together!
Yes.
Everyone gets on together!
Hell yeah! This time around, I'm not gonna be scared. Used to being shaken by the waves. With this piece of junk fishing boat, that's afraid of the shaking of the engine breaking down and the boat drifting off.
Ah yes, Battling-kun, I forgot to tell you. That fishing boat was completely decrepit, so it was taken out of use a few years back. Now we get taken to the island in another boat.
Oh, right! Battler's first time in a new boat. It's super comfy. And freaking fast. You can go at crazy high speeds.
Oh. That means less trip time, right? That sounds great! I mean, a boat may be better than an airplane. If you tell me we can spend even a little less time exposed to the danger of sinking, that's really just awesomely great.
Is Battler gonna fall again?
That's only on airplanes. Everything's fine now.
No, it's apparently a modded high-speed boat the captain's pride and joy. It's like he's tinkered with it quite a lot. What's going on about he could attach 4 high-efficiency propellers to it and how it can break 40 knots or something like that? Bragged to me so much I ended up memorizing it.
Me too. I remember since we were told about it every year. The captain said that since he lost a speed contest with a foreign fishing boat a long time ago, he'd become obsessed with modding. He told us all about how his opponent back then could go over 30 knots, even though it was only in a fishing boat.
To fulfill his thirst for a revenge match, he created an awesome whole new super high-speed modded boat. I'm sure you'll just love it, Battler.
Super high-speed modded boat? First thought was that this would be much better than some beat-up boat that might sink at any time. For some reason, I'm getting this feeling of foreboding. Nah.
Bounce!
Oh, it's bouncing! It's bouncing!
Whoa, whoa,
I've been in a boat just like that. That thing bounces all over the place.
Look at.
Hey, Battler, maybe you should swim to the island.
Battler-kun, you shouldn't lean over the railing too much. You might fall.
Gonna fall!
Damn it! This is why you were all grinning before! Super high-speed boat said they'd been modded to hell and back by his captain as a personal hobby, instead of nothing like that battered old fishing boat from 6 years ago. My fucking controller is vibrating.
Wait, what?
Yeah!
Really?
Yeah, this thing has controller support.
Wow.
Damn.
Whoa! It's shaking, it's shaking, it's shaking! I'm gonna fall, gonna fall, gonna fall!
Dude, that water looks fine. If you fall, you're gonna have a good time.
Gonna fall!
If I fall, I'll be in the sea. I'll drown, goddammit! Where's the parachute? No, wait. Where's the buoy? Give me a life jacket!
What the hell, Battler? What's this supposed to be?
Jessica-chan, Maria-chan, it's not nice to tease. Battler-kun, if you're scared, then just don't come up onto the deck. I think that if you stay inside the boat, you'd be a little less afraid.
That's a no thank you, Anarchy. Shipwreck victims are always the ones inside the boat. Sarah's usually the one on the deck during the accident. So I'm staying right here. But it's shaking! I'm falling! Whoa!
Ria, I told you to behave yourself. Battler-kun, it looks like you really can't handle it. I'll tell the captain to slow down for you.
Whoa! Auntie Rosa, thank you! Even on the sea, I just have safe driving. Reduce speeds, point, and call!
Don't do that, Rosa. Ordeals are necessary for the young. Right, Battler-kun. You can conquer this much, no problem at all, right?
Is this fear is the land actually getting closer?
You won't be able to come to Egypt with your arms.
Whoa! Auntie Ava, you're mean! Oh no! I'm gonna fall! Life jacket! Parachute! Whoa! No, okay. Turn over and think that way. What's the enemy aiming for? He wants to make me afraid like this? That's what he's aiming for. Too bad! Like hell I'd be scared! But stop it! I'm gonna fall! Whoa! So after I made a huge fool of myself for a while, Auntie Rose had to talk with the boat captain and he slowed down to a more manageable speed for me. This speed's a bit better. Earlier I didn't even feel alive. The news speed I was capable of tolerating was apparently extremely slow. That just now is completely insane. The whole boat was shaking, sliding and leaping on the ocean surface. I feel like I was riding on the back of a flying fish. Jessica was still falling at me as I leaned against the railing, tired and disheartened.
I lost in that strength contest earlier, but I'm glad to know I've got the edge where it really counts. Seriously.
Damn it. Go ahead and laugh. One of these days I'm gonna find your weakness and I'm gonna get back at you. And then then your poopsly mind is squished.
Well, we'll see about that if you ever do find it, okay?
What? All worn out.
Yeah, Battler. All worn out. I want to die on land, not in the ocean or the sky. Maria was patting my back, so I patted her head in return. Her expression was blank, as usual, but I realized that she wanted to console me.
Battler-kun, the captain is throwing in drinks to make up for this. Have a drink or take a break, why don't you? To calm yourself down.
Go down to Kian's Kumasawa Bachan brought us each an ice-cold drink with drops of moisture on the can. Later from Kumasawa-san's big grin, our parents inside the boat were probably all rolling around laughing at my moment of pure terror. Damn it. I'm so embarrassed that I can't bear to face any of them. If I didn't change the subject somehow, I had the feeling I'd be the butt of everyone's jokes for the whole trip. I think it's something harmless to talk about. Hey, Jessica. I don't know if lacrosse or crafts and Nazi you're doing.
My old man and my mom? Fortunately, they're fun.
What does that mean?
Oh, every other word out of their mouth is study, study, which pisses me off. so jealous because it doesn't look like Uncle Hideyoshi or Uncle Rudolph say those kinds of things.
Oh no. Oh, when I was slacking off during exams, I was always getting told, exams, exams, exams. I thought it was just annoying, but now I'm grateful.
I knew it. George Anarchy is magnanimous as ever. As for me, I have to look after myself. No one is saying a thing to me. Well, it's not like I'd listen if they did.
Battler-san, have you still not returned to your birth home?
Well, I kinda go back now and then. Still lots of clothes and stuff at the previous house.
Huh? Battler has 2 homes?
Something like that.
Why? Why do you have 2 homes? Hmm.
Only Maria, who couldn't really grasp the situation, voiced her naive question. However, the others just shot nervous glances at me. She didn't have to respond, even though they knew the answer.
Maria! Look, you can see the harbor now! Look over there! You see it?
Oh, the harbor! The harbor!
Apparently Jessica was trying to be nice by changing the subject. Well, rather not talk about this if I can help it. But it's uncomfortable to have it treated like some kind of weird taboo. I don't mind that much myself anymore. I am an Ashuramiya. The truth is that, for the past 6 years, I live with my grandparents.
Oh god, I gotta
on my
look
mother's
away from the
side.
screen for a second.
Alright, it's fine.
Wait, you gotta do what?
You gotta look away from the screen. Are you getting seasick from a visual novel?
Oh.
Wait, are you?
Thing is not turning right.
Whoa, fucking hell.
Okay, you can, yeah, look away for a bit.
You can look away if you want. I'll let you know when you can talk about stuff.
How long is the boat trip?
The boat trip's wrapping up, actually. Using with my grandparents on my late mother's side. I've been even using her family name. Those grandparents passed away one after another. I basically had no choice except to go back and live with the old bastard. Don't get me wrong, they didn't just run away from home or anything like that. The only one at fault here is my dad. I don't really blame Kirie-san. Being able to do that, hold that old bastard's reins and hide him out is no mean feat. But for the betrayal of the old bastard inflicted on my mom. Well, unfortunately, I still haven't really fully gotten over that. Hold on a second. I'm gonna try and... Can everybody just, like, everybody doesn't know what's up, look away from the screen for a second?
Look away, look away, look away.
I'm gonna see if I can
No problem,
fucking...
I'm already looking away.
Alright, cool, yeah, I need to see if there's an option to turn that off, because now my stomach's starting to churn. Rumble strength, lift text when... Okay, unfortunately, I believe we are stuck with the rumble. Okay.
I'm not having any problem.
We're gonna have to endure this for a little bit.
I have done VR. Well,
I opened my eyes yet.
I've done VR too. This has gotten me more sick.
Huh.
This is doing nothing for me. I don't feel bad at all.
No.
Thankful.
Yeah, I'm doing fine too.
Anyways, George, go ahead.
We'll be getting there soon.
Jordanica cleared his throat trying to change the topic.
Kelly.
Oh, right. Please forgive my indiscretion. It seems this old woman has said too much already. If I have hurt your feelings.
I don't mind it, and no one's feelings are hurt. Don't worry, Kumasawa Bachan. Kumasawa seemed to regret speaking out of turn. But I was more concerned about being worried over something like that. So I stood up and passed it off lightly. After that, I sipped my drink and headed over to Maria and Jessica, who were gazing at the silhouette of the island.
You ordered up, Kaneko.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, you have to
Crimson
lift the
says
screen.
keep one eye open. Maybe that'll help with the seasickness.
That doesn't help.
God.
I'm still here. I'm still good.
Aww. Look, it's on the island. It's on the island. There.
Where is it? Oh, I see it now. After 6 years, the island hasn't changed a bit. Why is it still shaking? The small island silhouette in front of us had gotten pretty close.
But this not in your version that you read?
No, because I play the base game. I've played it unmodded twice, so I wanted to get the optimal experience, quote unquote. So I got I got the fucking Umineko project, and I guess it includes motion sickness in the package. The island's name
You guys can laugh it up all you want, at least you don't feel like you're gonna chuck your Wheaties.
The island's name is Rakenjima. It's a small island about 10 kilometers around, located in the Izu archipelago. Oh, no, not here! Since they call this archipelago the Izu 7, lots of people think there are 7 islands, but that's not true. There are actually more than 7. Rakenjima is one of the minor islands that don't get counted. Even considering that, there are probably few people who know about this island. After all, only the people of the Ashurmia family come to this island. In other words, it has no ties whatsoever to outsiders or tourists. You'll never find this island's name in a travel brochure. This is because all of Rakenjima is an estate possessed by the Ashurmia head house. Only the Ashurmia family lives there. Only people connected to the Ashurmia family come and go there. There's nothing there except the harbor and a mansion. The vast majority of the island is still uncultivated forest. Such a waste. It could be made into a nice golf course. However, when you realize that the entire coastline is a private beach, it does sound pretty magnificent. You might have realized that by now, but to put it simply, well, the Ashurmia family is just rolling in dough. The fortune passed by the head house is apparently vast. And Dad and the others who make up the branch families have built up plenty of wealth for themselves, finding success in their respective businesses. I've been living as a commoner's life with my grandparents' home these last 6 years, so I've completely forgotten. The old bastard's house really is elegant. Everything about it is tuned to match the snobbish taste of the annoyingly rich. Come to think of it, I guess that means George, Anarchy, Jessica, Maria, and I are all wealthy, high-class gentlemen and ladies. Needless to say, none of us feel that way at all. If anything, I think Jessica feels motion sickness. I don't see myself being rich, and George Anarchy, who takes self-discipline very seriously, doesn't let himself get too comfortable. Jessica is always complaining that she'd rather move to the city than be rich. And Maria's still a kid who isn't even interested in money at all. I guess that attitude itself is snobbish. The perspective of people in poverty who can't pay the bills. Very lucky to even have the luxury of thinking that way. This isn't the place to explain any further, so I won't. Anyway, it's the same as not being able to choose the parents you're born with. I didn't ask to be born into a rich family. I don't think it's something I should be hated for. It can be pretty trying when people are prejudiced against you just because you're rich and refuse to judge you by your merits. As I pondered these sentimental thoughts, Maria leaned over the railing and started shouting. Kron, you have to look at the screen.
Okay, yeah, that actually is starting to freak me out. Fuck, I'm just not gonna look at it. Let me know if I have a line.
Kron, do you have to voice your
Like,
characters?
maybe like wait. So maybe like put your like fingers over your eye and just kind of peek through the holes of your fingers. The gaps.
Yeah, I've just got this shit minimized. Let me know if I have a line, okay?
Okay.
I'll just listen.
Tell me when I should be paying attention.
What's wrong, Maria? Did you drop something?
Gone!
Maria kept yelling, gone, gone. From words alone, you would think she had perhaps dropped something, but she was actually pointing out over the ocean as she shouted.
What's wrong? What's gone? I'll look for it too if you want. What is it?
If she dropped something, she probably would have looked down at the floor. Maria's pointing out over the ocean. I assumed that she had seen something over at the out over the ocean, but she kept saying that something was gone. Strange. However, since my last memories of this place came from 6 years ago, I was able to spot it before Anarchy, who comes here every year. Huh? If I remember correctly, wasn't there a torii or something on the top of the small crag around here? That's right. It was definitely there. I remember it well since it's like a landmark. The first thing we greet you as you get closer to the island.
Wow, you're amazing, Battler. Even though it's been 6 years, you remembered.
It was here, wasn't it? Oh wait.
It was here, wasn't it? So yeah, I got me too. It was here, wasn't it? I remember too. There used to be a shrine and a torii-like thing standing all alone on that crag. And now that you mention it, they're gone, aren't they? They definitely were there last year, I think.
Gone.
Maybe they were washed away by the
That's
waves
not
or
gonna
something.
get annoying.
Or this aggressive motion blur. It was a small
Made the
crag.
brittle.
It probably got brittle because of its exposure.
I think so too. Actually disappeared during the summer. Apparently?
Jelly, it's you.
Okay, let me bring it up. Huge lightning bolt fell one evening and smashed the shrine of such. This fucking bobbing!
Look, we can keep complaining about it, or we can power through it.
An ominous sign to have a thunderbolt fall upon a tutelary god. Lightning be gone, lightning be gone.
Kumasawa-san smiled impishly as if teasing us, rubbing her hands together. However, Marie was apparently taking it seriously. She stared fixedly over the ocean to where the crag enshrining the local guardian deity was supposed to be.
Oh.
Anonymous.
Enough, Kumasawa-san. Maria isn't old enough to understand this kind of joke.
It's alright, Maria-chan. It's just a coincidence. Nothing scary's gonna happen.
Yoritani put a hand on Maria's shoulder to calm her down, but Maria's sharp-eyed expression didn't budge.
Ominous.
Maria muttered that word over and over. Apparently repeating a single word over and over is a habit that Maria's had for a long time. However, since the words she was saying were quite literally ominous, it was a bit creepy. Hey now, Maria.
God damn it!
Some disaster really will come if you say that word over and over, you know? I tapped Maria's shoulders. And then, Maria whipped her head around, stared into my face, and spoke, blinkingly. Oh, Shelly!
He said to Shelly, man, that's one hot mic you got there.
Oh, is that fucking airplane outside?
Yeah.
I'll mute.
Disaster coming.
Huh? And just where is it coming from? I answered lightheartedly, trying to break the tension in the air. And a reply, oh thank God.
It's gonna go back.
It's over! I can see again!
And in reply, Maria held up a finger, raised her arm high, and pointed up to the heavens. I looked up and saw that the sky was still just as cloudy. But it had grown a great deal more leaden than it had been this morning. That's right. They were saying a typhoon was approaching. I spent one night on the island, but if the storm doesn't pass quickly, you won't be able to make it to school on Monday. Well, I guess that makes for a pretty good excuse to be absent. He apparently sensed something ominous in the cloudy sky. He'd been muttering for a while now. Girls of Maria's age tend to be very impressionable. She's just about the age where many girls start to get excited about sixth senses and whatever they have psychic power, potential, and stuff. In a way, being sensitive about things like this isn't really out of the ordinary for a kid like her. No, goddammit!
No!
I fucking knew it. I
called
Damn it! It's getting worse!
Pain.
Keep going.
It's
Keep going.
alright. It's alright,
I'm once again gonna minimize, so...
The weather might be getting worse around tonight, but tomorrow it'll clear up and become a pretty blue sky.
See blue sky.
That's right, but tomorrow it'll be a pretty blue sky. There's no rain that doesn't end, and no clouds that never clear.
Rain that doesn't end. What's that never clear?
Sure, the typhoon's coming. It'll be gone before you know it. It's alright, Maria. God, I know it's annoying, but you're actually fucking spot on.
Yeah.
Wait, can you actually do like audio? I'm curious what that sounds like.
Good thing.
Sure, I guess I can.
Of the character.
Oh wait, I have been sent information, I assume regarding the distinct,
Yeah, so for future streams, you can edit it in the config to remove the motion, like the screen shake.
Oh,
good.
thank God.
I'm gonna keep this open. We can remove the motion
I'll
blur
be
for
saving
future
the day.
scenes. Thank God. Or just the motion in general. Fuck. Maria started yelling, ooh, ooh. Looked as though she was having a tantrum because no one could understand what she was trying to say. What in the world is Maria trying so desperately to warn us about?
I was just gonna say that motion blur was used kind of good in Higurashi, though. You might not want to completely kill that.
I'd say get rid of it during the boat scene, but the moment you
It's
step
only
off
for
the boat.
the screen shake. That's it.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's
yeah,
specifically
forget it.
removing the screen check, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Forget it.
Unable to understand her, we can do nothing but feel a vague sense of foreboding. But that everyone can feel the supernatural. But that it weakens you, isn't it? It weakens as you age. And the Maria, the youngest one of us all, still possessed some kind of sense the rest of us had lost. I know that sense is sending her a warning. At that moment, Kumasawa-san quietly opened her mouth.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you the first time. My bad. Rumor has it that long ago, Rakenjima was.
Kumasawa-san, let's not talk about that now.
Let's get off the boat first. This is Kumasawa-san about to tell some kind of story. Jessica sharply interrupted her. Jessica, that was an extremely firm reaction. I wanted to push her further, just out of simple curiosity. Judging by how Jessica was acting, it wasn't difficult to imagine that it would simply inflame Maria's unease further. If I did try to press her for the story, the odds were pretty good that it wouldn't be anything bright and cheery.
Charlie.
Yeah, okay. I do apologize about that. The wind here is hard to bear for the elderly, so if you would excuse me for now.
Gossipers have no reason to hang around after they've been told to stop chatting. When Kumasawa finally realized that she'd overstepped her bounds, she went back inside the boat. I wish I could go back inside the boat.
I would like to get back inside the
boat. Also, this is a good song. After she left,
oh my
Hideyoshi
God.
came out to replace her. Since he showed up partway through, he completely failed to notice the complicated atmosphere that hung around the scene. They reflexively and unwittingly swept that atmosphere aside. So in the end, it was his unwittingness that brightened up the mood.
Looks like we're almost there. Alright, just a bit more. Took forever at the speed we went today, didn't it? Why does it look like you're all about to throw up? You all know whose fault that is.
Uncle Hideyoshi, bring me a... Give me a break already. Gone.
Keep on twisting the knife. Firstly, because the battler is taken forever.
I rapidly come to the conclusion no one was going to listen to her. She hung her head wearing a fretful face. As she did, George Aniki crouched down to meet her eyes and spoke to her kindly.
Moria-chan? There's nothing to be afraid of. Because we're all together. There's nothing to be afraid of if we're all together. Go ahead and say it.
There's nothing to be afraid of. We're together.
Yes. There's nothing to be afraid of if we're together.
Oh, Con, you're dead to go, ooh. Yeah, George Aniki knows what he's talking about. If we're all together, there'll absolutely never be anything at all to be scared of. Right, Jessica?
No doubt about that. Rashmi-san always tells the truth, Maria.
Rashmi-san always true.
Yes. I don't lie. So trust me. There's nothing to be afraid of if we're all together.
Rashmi-san doesn't lie. Trust you. There's nothing to be afraid of if we're all together. Not afraid!
He jumped into George Anaki's arms and hugged him tightly. After Anaki patted her head, she jumped away again. Her facial expression returned to so completely to normal that she looked like a totally different person from the moment before. She was once again the ordinary Maria.
Nothing to be afraid of anymore because we're all together.
Yeah, that's it. You look all better now. You're strong, Maria. Good girl.
I'm a good girl.
Why is that green?
Hey now, what's going on here? Maria-chan didn't get seasick, Get seasick, did she?
Oh, she's getting there, Hideyoshi!
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Nagumi, nama tamago. There.
Nice. Nice job.
Well, something like that. Be arriving soon.
The harbor was already drawing near. And the liberation from this nightmare will be over soon. It sure will! Yes!
Oh god.
Yeah! Umineko no Nako Kuroni!
Hey, we made it!
Block.
Block.
Block. Oh. Welcome!
And third.
Welcome to Rakenjima. You have been chosen.
The boat gave a big shudder. He docked to the harbor. The boat driver came out and jumped to the pier with the mooring rope. A large man in tuxedo was waiting there for us with a warm, smiling face. I didn't know him, but judging by his clothes, I guessed that he was a servant to the Ashurmia head house. Is it him? Welcome home, lady! You were quite late and I began to worry.
Mr. Buttchin!
My boy Goda!
Aw, thanks for
More
sharing.
like goat to principal time dev. I don't know anything
Well,
about
the
him.
battler scared shitless. So we had to slow down for him. Seriously, what a pain in the ass!
Shut up! I'll remember this when the shoe's on the other foot someday. At this rate, the word will spread around the entire family. And I'll become this big conversation piece during dinner. Even without this, everyone will be talking about me just because of that 6-year gap. But now provided with an even juicier topic. Damn it. Why does the Ashurmia Mayan family have to live on this isolated island? Why couldn't it be a small town in the middle of Japan somewhere? In the meantime, the boat finished its mooring. The small plank was lowered so we could get down. Get up, and get down. One by one, our parents came out of the boat. You must be all quite tired from your long trip. Madam, please let me assist you.
Thanks. It's been a while, Goda-san. How are you?
Thank you for your concern. It is always my pleasure to serve.
Welcome. Isn't this your first time meeting Goda-san? If I'm not mistaken, you weren't working here 6 years ago, correct?
Indeed. So please, allow me to greet him for the first time. It is an honor to meet you at last, Battler-sama. I'm pretty secure about my height, but you're huge. It's definitely our first time meeting. I never met a big guy like you, yet I never forget it. It is a pleasure. I'm Battler. Your return has been keenly anticipated, sir. I've been working on for the Ashurmia head house since the year before last. My name is Goda, your servant. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. If there's anything you would need, please feel free to rely on me.
Kona-san, it's been some time.
It has been too long, George-sama. Please allow me to assist you.
Bone, stop looking at clowns.
Sorry, you were having a conversation there, and I was curious.
As usual, you're a receptionist pro. If you ever need a job, just give me a holler, okay? I'll hire you, just like that.
You do me too much honor. Please allow me to assist you, Hideyoshi-sama.
Orange, you might want to lock down clowns.
Oh, did I not lock down? Oh no, I locked down clowns for every. No, wait, the entire section should be locked down. What the fuck? I guess there's. Oh, it doesn't.
Imagine having to lock it down because people can't pay attention.
All right, there. I've locked down readers as well. Now none of you can see things. All right. Anyways, Go-san lent a hand to everyone as they disembarked, greeting them as they passed. His speech and mannerisms had the refined polish of a professional. He was very graceful in contrast with his initially rough-looking appearance. His large sight made him seem a bit scary at first. He was much more polite than my first impression of him had led me to believe.
It's still not locked, by the way.
Fuck, man, I don't know.
Just worry about it later.
Let's just go. Let's just
Destroy it.
You can go by the honor system.
Go.
Honor system. Let's just keep reading.
Alright, whatever, fine. You know what I can do?
I trust nobody's gonna be dumb enough to actually try and read and go into clowns while we're reading this.
Someone already.
He came to serve on the
Well,
island
then
for
they're
2
a
years,
scumbag.
but he has tirelessly worked on similar jobs somewhere before. After everyone disembarked, the mooring group was untied, and the boat started to steer away from the harbor, probably returning to its home port of Nijima. The captain waved his hand farewell. Maria conscientiously waved back. I just realized why something's been feeling out of place to me. I can't hear the cry of the seagulls.
There it is.
Birds?
I remember that whenever we came to this island, seagulls always welcomed us with their lively nya cries. And because of that, I never heard the cries of the seagulls in any other place. I got this feeling that I've come home to a family conference. Except for the small part of the island where those of the Ashurmi head house live, Rakenjima has been left uncultivated, apparently transforming into a paradise for wild birds. Seemingly some cliff face rather had become home to a huge seagull colony. This island was always full of them. Since those seagulls didn't come to greet us, I felt a bit lonely. Long pause.
What's wrong, Battler-kun?
Oh, Auntie Rosa. Nah, it's nothing really. I was just saying I can't hear the seagulls. I kind of feel a little lonely.
Oh, you're right. They're always so lively, but I can't see hide nor hair of one today.
No seagull.
Maybe it's because the seagulls are having a gathering somewhere too? Maria, did you want to see the seagulls?
Wanted to.
What happened for all of them to disappear? Maybe Jessica made all of them into shish kebabs and ate them.
Hell, don't say disturbing stuff like that. Don't throw me under the bus. Look at Maria all confused.
The colonists are made in the shish kebabs and made in the shish kebabs.
I did not. Why the hell would I do something like that?
That's right. Jessica made them the shish kebabs. Skin and meatballs, liver and onion.
Never an onion.
What the fuck are we talking about? As I made fun of Jessica, Maria tagged along looking like she was having fun. Oh, she really knows how to join in with things. Alrighty then. Starting today, I'll make you my #1 follower on Twitter.com. As I smiled at her, she beamed back overjoyed. I
I guess happy for this little bit of solidarity.
That's not it, Maria-chan. I heard that wild birds are attuned to changes in the weather and atmospheric pressure. And it looks like the weather will get worse around tonight. It's possible they hurried back to their nest.
Oh. Huh? Kebabs? Sakonichon didn't make them into kebabs?
I did not! Told you I wouldn't do stuff like that! Alright, Battler, you admit right now that you lied.
Battler-kun. Maria-chan is a naive girl, so she takes even jokes seriously. You should choose your jokes more carefully.
George Anarchy gently scolded me. Even though I outstripped Anarchy in height, he still commanded respect as my elder. No choice but to obediently apologize. Hey, my bad. Maria, that just now is a joke. It's just today the seagulls are all quiet in their nests.
Who am I? Would Sakonichon true?
I was having fun, but you were actually tricking me? Your pure eyes seem to accuse me. Maybe I went a little overboard with her after all. Yeah, that's right. What George Anarchy said is true. The weather is bad, so they probably went home for today. Doesn't mean they're gone, does it? Right, Auntie?
That's right. Tomorrow, when the weather gets better, I'm sure they'll come back, and then you'll hear their meow, meow cries.
Bro, but maybe you want to rephrase that a little bit?
Now that,
Man, Khan's doing a fantastic job selling the 9-year-old little girl.
You're doing good at the voice.
I mean, like, you know, there's no apostrophe in there. Yeah, whatever. I mean, comma.
Wait for the weather to get better so they come back. Wait for tomorrow. Wait for the weather to get better. Come on.
Maria's mood lightened, and she started looking forward to tomorrow. The seagulls would come back and fill the skies. Still, George Anarchy really is amazing at taking care of kids. I remember Anarchy taking good care of me as well when I was a brat 6 years ago. Anarchy might have had quite some talent for this kind of thing.
George-kun, you're so amazing at taking care of kids. I think you could work in childcare.
Yeah, it's like you were born to do that. It seems more you than doing business in some company president office. Some shit.
Oh no. Childcare is a very respectable job of its own. It's not something you can do merely by liking children.
You're truly modest, George-kun. But Battler-kun, you're quite good with children too, you know. Earlier, even if it was just for a time, Maria seemed to be having a lot of fun. Keep on playing with her like you did just now. Just choose the jokes carefully, though, alright?
Auntie Rosa winked at me, giggling a little. A real mother, I thought to myself. She's happy that Maria looks like she's having fun.
Come on, Rosa. And you brats too, what the hell are you doing? Get a move on.
Alright, we're coming.
The old bastard's beckoning us to hurry up. Better get moving. It's not like it'd be too late to have the same discussion after we got our luggage in our rooms.
Well then, everyone, I shall lead towards the guest house where you'll be staying. Please, this way.
Goto-san called everyone and started leading us. Kumasawa-san brought up the rear. Stairs. More stairs. Dirt path. A serpentine, twisting path led us through a dim forest. It ran a bit uphill. I guess the path was made twisting so the slope wouldn't be felt too much. But personally, I'd have been happier if they'd been man enough to make some stairs in a straight line. No doubt they made the path twisting on purpose, but on errors of distance and importance. Before long, we saw garden-style stone steps. Ah, now I remember how it goes from here. Go up these and...
So I wonder if turning off like the boat movement would actually stop that. But hopefully not.
I don't know.
I'm okay with the slight movements. It's just the movements like boat, air bobbing up and down that kind of get.
Yeah, I'm just wondering
we're
about
past
changing
the boat.
system
Just keep it
setting.
on for now.
Yeah. A beautiful guest house came into view. Oh, that's a good song. Its facade was lovely, of course. But even more than that, we couldn't help but have our hearts stolen away by the splendor of that beautiful rose garden that spread out before it.
Ah! It's as beautiful as... Wait. It's as beautiful as ever this year. A real delight for the eyes.
Hold on a second. As they reached the top of the stone steps, the people welcomed in by the rose garden voiced their appreciation one after another.
Aren't the flowers less lively this year? It must be because the summer wasn't warm enough.
I also believe that is so. When one compares with last year's blooming, it is a pity that this year's is somewhat inferior. Even so, it was a delightful rose garden. I remember all the huge amounts of roses used to greet me every year, even over 6 years ago. The rose garden was the first thing that greeted the people who came into Rakenjima. Even our parents who came every year couldn't help but let their wonder slip out. Moreover, even though it looked like a powered up version of the garden from 6 years ago that was in my memories.
This place is always so amazing.
Ignore that.
It would be so wonderful to have a rose garden like this in my own home.
Give it up. Who do you think would take care of it? Roses are a real pain with bugs and diseases to worry about.
Can I go?
Sorry, Adion. As they are. In fact, I hear that Kiryu-Nisan tends to her rose every day, and to make sure it doesn't get nibbled at without her knowing it.
Huh? I haven't heard anything like that. What's this now?
Yes, I do. Though with him, it's the rose that goes off after the insect, so it's really more like some nasty carnivorous plant. Oh, they're talking about her!
Come on, Rosa, can't you give that a rest just for today? I'll put that sort of thing completely behind me.
I wonder. After all, you are a womanizer on an almost genetic level. No need to worry, Rosa-san. If a rose gives me too much trouble, I chop it off at the root.
Shelly.
Alright. Oh. Such frightening talk this is.
Guys guys who are popular with the ladies are always forced to live with danger at their side. I sure hope I turned out a bit prettier in my next life.
Hideyoshi-Nisan, as I keep telling you, it isn't like that at all. And Kyrie, stop it, you're freaking me out. You're making my rose wither.
Hey, Maria-chan, look over there! These roses are especially magnificent.
Roses are magnificent. Huh.
Yeah, smells pretty sweet. Look, this matches my elegance perfectly.
Hey, cut it out! Maria's gonna imitate you and get hurt by the thorns.
She yelled at me as I leaned in with an exaggerated gesture to smell the rose's scent. I thought she was overreacting, but when I turned around, I saw Maria imitating my every movement, never putting a broad smile on George Aniki's face.
Hey now, Maria-chan, be careful.
I'm not used to George's lips being so, like, high detail?
Prominent?
Pronounced,
Noticeable?
yeah. Like, I'm so used to all these characters having, like, really flat mouths.
I mean, this is the only sprites I've ever read this with, so I'm used to it.
Fair enough.
Rose thorns can hurt.
George Oni-chan, this one rose is strange.
H. What's wrong?
Maria pointed to a single rose. I immediately understand why she found it odd. In the midst of all those magnificent roses, just one single rose was withering. There wasn't any particular reason. Some roses flourished and others withered. That's all it really was. Maria seemed very concerned about there being only one unhealthy rose in a group of healthy ones. Just feeling somehow like it's been left out.
So, you feel sad for this rose because it's the only one that isn't healthy.
The others are all healthy, but this one's sad.
Well, they all bloom and wither on their own. The only reason that one withered now is because it bloomed earlier than any of the other roses.
Yeah, that's right. Probably just bloomed all over the place, fulfilled its duty, and went to rest. You shouldn't get so worked up about it. Seeing that Maria was getting really worked up about it, then Maria's pure, sensitive nature was making her feel some emotional pain for the rose that withered alone. Even though she understood the logic of it, it still felt lonely to her.
Okay, Maria-chan. Why don't you look after this rose until we leave, then?
Rodoniki straightened up and felt around in his pocket. He took out the wrapping from the candy he had eaten on the plane. He twisted it into a thin string and gently tied it on the rose as a sort of marker.
Hey, that's pretty cute.
Let's mark it with this. Later on, you can come and give it some water. I'm sure Mr. Rose will be happy.
Let me give it water.
I think you should give it Mr. Rose here a name. I'm sure that will make it happy, and you'll get to know it a little better.
Name?
Though she still wore her unusual sullen face, Mira crossed her arms and began considering this intently. At the very least, she appeared to have been completely pulled out of her slump. Nice going, Aniki.
Fortune-san has always been really understanding. And help but respect it.
Yeah, I guess it's just his gift. We gotta learn some lessons from him.
Was this garden as fancy as this when you were a kid?
It was only after I left the house that it became this grand. Though I was more fond of the previous rustic garden. Niece had filled with it too much with his slightly questionable taste. It was much better the way it was before.
Ava, you gotta think positive. No matter how it might look, its beauty now is something to be admired. You'll be able to relax a lot better if you look at it this way.
Sorry.
I didn't mean it like that. I was just saying I would have liked you to have seen the old, more wonderful garden as well.
Now then, everyone, if you please, I shall be guiding you to the rooms now.
Yoda-san called everyone to ask if we were ready, but our hearts had been completely stolen away by the Rose Garden after a year of absence, and we didn't even lend him an ear. Since we were in a travel group, it was like we had a strict schedule to follow. Besides, for our parents, There was a fond old birth home that they had returned to. They felt no obligation to be pressured by anyone. Understanding the situation, they also want to continue to wait, while with a wide smile, for our parents to lose interest in the roses and tell them to guide us to the rooms. Is this it? Oh?
My! Hey! If it isn't Canon-kun! Oh.
Oh!
It's been so long! How are you doing?
Digital.
Joshi, it's your son. Uncle Hideyoshi suddenly shouted.
Let's fucking go!
Darren's not gonna freak out.
Wait, he's named after him. What do you expect?
Yes.
The boy!
He's getting a hard on swing.
I cannot wait until I get to my son.
Yeah,
There it is!
In the direction he was
Right
waving,
there.
there was a slender boy. Meeting him right after a huge man like Goda probably emphasized his small stature. The boy was in the middle of transporting piled up gardening tools and likened to a wheelbarrow. When he realized he was being called to stop, he set down the wheelbarrow, took his hat off, and bowed his head.
Good afternoon.
I figured he was probably younger than me. Due to the general atmosphere surrounding him, that he was a servant too. Though he did greet Uncle Hideyoshi back, if he himself seemed like he might be unsociable, it was a greeting that lacked feeling. When Goda-san noticed that our interest had shifted towards him, he went to the boy's side and introduced him to us. Battler-sama, I shall introduce you. He's one of the servants who serve the Ashuramiya head house. Canon-san, greet our guest.
I am pleased to meet you. I am the servant, Canon.
This is also feels like a good time to mention, there's a big character list that's been popping up.
Is that a family tree?
Yeah. For the record,
Crimson, what do you mean bum elbow?
What? Anyways,
I guess he's got bad elbow.
we can read this later because it's not necessarily super relevant right now.
Yeah, you can see the full body sprites here.
But if you want some context, red means family connections, blue is servants, and then this is just kind of like a weird outlier person.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead, Josh.
I already read it.
Oh,
You already read the line.
Yep, my first impression wasn't wrong. He gave the feeling that he was unsociable, a bit of a poor speaker. In contrast with Goda, who was extraordinarily polished as a servant. It was impossible to feel the immaturity you'd expect of someone his age. When Goda-san urged him in a whisper to give a bit more of an introduction, the boy named Canon only cast his eyes downward.
Canon-san, could you perhaps give them a little more of it as a greeting?
I can't. Because we are furniture.
Oh.
He was refusing to greet us out of spite.
Okay.
Rather, he gave us the impression he didn't know what else to add to his greeting, and he could do nothing other than stay silent.
And, Canon-kun's a man of few words. He might not be that sociable, but deep down, he's a really good person. Wrong?
Kinda cut out a little
The
bit.
line
Sorry.
didn't work. Okay.
Don't get him wrong. You've been working here for 3 years, was it? Oh yeah, you've been here a year longer than Goda-san, right, Canon-kun?
Even though it sounded like he made a super bad impression, Jessica hurriedly backed him up. I see. Apparently him being unsociable works against them all the time. Cool. Nice to meet you. I'm Battler. I'm 18. How old are you? A silence, as if evaluating whether it was a question that must be answered or not. But here again, Jessica plowed ahead.
If I remember correctly, he's 2 years younger than us, so 16, right?
Yes, that is correct.
It looked as if, given a choice, he would prefer not to tell us his age. And not willing to tell his age, probably because he thought he would be looked down upon for it. I remember that when I was around his age, I hated being asked how old I was by adults. I see. 16, huh? That's gotta be a delicate time. In that case, I asked something I shouldn't have. I'm glad you're about our age. Just be cool and call me Battler. And I'll call you Cannon.
Thank you very much. But just the sentiment is sufficient, Battler-sama.
Jessica looked flustered for some reason. You would think that my impression of Cannon was worsening because of his rejection. Well, I doubt a girl like Jessica understands his fretful male heart. As his elder, even by just 2 years, who would lead him into adolescence. I can help myself to understand that.
Cannon-san, could you perhaps be a little bit more courteous? A smiling face is also the duty of a servant.
I apologize. I shall make an effort.
Oda-san, Kanan-san is trying his best, isn't he?
Seemed as though he was often warned about his discourtesy. But apparently he hadn't improved a bit. Yoda-san kept his business smile, but let a small sigh of resignation escape.
Well then, I still have work to do. If you'll excuse me.
Look, Cannon himself was uncomfortable with remaining silent here any longer. After another perfunctory bow, he turned on his heels and started pushing the wheelbarrow again. Just then, suddenly, the wheelbarrow wobbled and fell, scattering the load. I guess the wheelbarrow with its single wheel caught on a pebble and lost its balance.
What have you done now? Now quickly, clean it up!
Yoda-san urged him along in a low voice, to remind him that it is a servant's shame to present a clumsy appearance in front of a guest. Showing that he understood quite well without being told, Cannon-kun ruthlessly reloaded the wheelbarrow with the fallen objects. He'd be fine with the light-looking gardening tools, shovels and such, but he looked as if he was having trouble getting his arms around lifting up some sacks of fertilizer.
Are you alright? You're so careless. Here.
Milady, you will tell you to summon your garments. Please leave it to him.
An elegant gesture, Yoda-san took the shovel that Jessica had picked up. At his back was the figure of Cannon-kun, in trouble with sacks of fertilizer.
Dirty your garments?
Don't worry. The ones I'm wearing aren't that elegant. Besides, I hate guys who make the waitress pick up the fork they dropped at the restaurant. Lift out the other bags that had fallen. Of course they weren't light, but for me it was a piece of cake. Cannon-kun tried to turn his surprised eyes towards me. His face of one who would never have expected to receive help from a guest.
Battler-sama. That's not necessary. I'll take everything, so...
Don't you worry. Man, look it, but I've got to where it counts. Cannon-kun looked like he hadn't yet gone through his growth spurt and was stuck with his sort of weak body. I guess that kind of weight is a bit much for him.
It's quite heavy, isn't it? It's natural it'll be difficult for you. Cannon-kun, don't worry about it.
Okay, my time to shine. He's up with the boat part from before, right?
Did your antics earlier to be written off just like that? I'll tell you all about it later, Cannon-kun. Battler is a laugh and a half.
Gonna fall! Gonna fall!
Oh god, my throat.
That made the job seem quick. Banter made the job seem quick. Before I knew it, all the stuff had been piled back into the wheelbarrow.
For letting you see such an unsightliness, I beg your forgiveness.
Very well enough now. Please go.
Things are just a disgraceful thing to be seen by the guests who were supposed to be made welcome. Must have been hideously embarrassing as a servant. Pressed by Goda to hurry up and exit, Cannon-kun left.
You're too harsh on him, Goda-san. Wouldn't it have been better if you had helped him instead of being a bully?
You are quite correct. I deeply, deeply implore your forgiveness.
Maybe twitching a smile, Goda-san apologized elegantly.
Cannon-kun has tons of things he's good at too. It's just that being young works against him all the time. It's a crying shame. No.
It's a prickly age. You be nice to him. Keeping a tight lip is just what you want in a servant. Right, Kumasawa-san?
No, you really gotta keep it back.
Rudolph-sama, you truly are hard. Is no serpent as silent as I, of course.
Everyone smiled wryly at that shameless lie. Even if she herself didn't believe that, not in her wildest dreams. She said that to loosen us all up. Yeah, that's the kind of character Kumasawa Bachan used to be. The mood that had stiffened a little was clearing up in a twinkling. Actually, yeah, that's right. Thanks to Kumasawa-san's cheerful smile.
I'd like to put down the luggage soon. Goro-san, how are we to split up for our rooms?
It shall be the same as last year. I shall guide you. Please, this way.
Enter the trim and elegant guest house. This is going to be our temporary quarters for a night. Ken watched over a hedge as the guest went to the guest house. Then he let his eyes fall on his heavy sacks of fertilizer, piled up on the wheelbarrow. In his mind, he kept going over his previous mistakes. Badler, big and strong, and picked the sacks in front of him. Sacks he couldn't lift himself, as if they were feathers. It was difficult for an outsider observer to guess what emotions that fervor had struck up in Cannon. But as far as you could tell by watching him hang his head from behind, you couldn't just let go. Muttered words escaped his lips. Those words he muttered were so soft they didn't even reach even his own ears.
Even I.
Cannon hung his head, slightly biting his lower lip.
Inner Yaoi Fin in me is awakened.
You're not the only one who ships Battler and Cannon.
Yes! It's a very common ship, actually.
Alright. I remember the Rose Garden, but I don't remember this guest house at all. Was it built, like, recently? Torian, visitor's retreat, was around the gate post-like thing, but since everyone called it a guest house, I followed their lead. The brand new Western-style guest house that stood overlooking the Rose Garden had a magnificent design, carefully done in harmony with the garden.
Correct. It was just built the year before the last. Since then, we've been having them let us sleep over here.
Yeah, people seem to like this place more than that junky old mansion we've had forever. Wish my room was over here.
Oh. I want one too. One too.
So you call my house upper class as well. But I was reminded again how completely ordinary it was compared to the head house. What a shocking display of wealth that they would build this kind of awesome guest house for guests to come over like once a year.
Eva-sama, Hideyoshi-sama, please do make use of this room. Rudolph-sama, Kyrie-sama, please make use of this room here.
Yes, I do appreciate how pretty and elegant this place is. Sternstein truly is wonderful.
I can handle the Western style for a few days, but ain't longer than that, and you need the good old Japanese style. Japanese people just relax best on the tatami mats.
They've been fighting over making our new house Japanese style or Western style. Mother still holds a grudge about father having started the construction as Japanese style, and they bicker all the time about it.
Your parents get along so well, George Nissan. I'm jealous as hell. Mine are so frosty. Yet they're right with each other when it comes to my grades. Unbelievable.
All the rooms seemed to be two-person. I was grateful because now I wasn't gonna be forced to share the same room with the old bastard for some bullshit reason like being a family. Besides, I figured those two wouldn't be able to enjoy themselves with someone like me around.
What's that creepy smile about? You're thinking about something dirty, aren't you?
Something dirty? Of course not. Please enjoy your stay. Ow! 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 That hurt, you old bastard. Once again, Dad pulled my ears from behind.
Cut the crap. I'm getting a stomachache and I'm not in the mood for this. You're the guest of honor this time around. You play as nice as possible with Dad and Aniki and the rest. At the very least, pay attention to what you say in front of Dad, got it? His wisecracks go over like a lead balloon with him. Jessica-chan, what's the mood of our family had been like lately?
He was last year, I guess. Considering they kept saying he's got 3 months left, he's as lively, grumpy, and irritable as ever. Meaning he's in his usual bad mood again this year. And the only one who's able to take care of him is Genji-san.
Kelly.
Seems that the master will only open his heart to Genji-san. Lately, us small people cannot even get an audience.
Shuts himself up in his study again, probably doing nothing but that weird black magic of his. He does for a hobby is his own damn business. When he starts sneaking up the place, it really gets on my nerves. He just stay in that study and never come out again for all I care.
You shouldn't talk like that about. Hello. You shouldn't talk like that about the elderly. We're all indebted to him since he rebuilt the Yashiramiya family, and a little gratitude wouldn't hurt.
L.
After being rebuked by George Anarchy, Jessica has no choice but to take back her thoughtless remark. The Yashiramiya family was wealthy beyond belief. But that, of course, meant that all its members were eccentric people, really at odds with the rest of the society. Oh god, this is the fucking penis lamp, isn't it? Head of the family, standing at its peak, in other words, her grandfather seemed to be a particularly eccentric and terrifying person, even for our family.
Why does it look like a penis?
Yeah, I mean, like, look, you got the fucking,
Wait, what?
Yeah, so, I remember, like...
Rose!
Yeah, I remember,
I think you just have it on the mind, Orange.
No, like, I remember somebody specifically...
This isn't a dick.
There was somebody who specifically described it on Twitter as like a penis lamp, and now I can't unsee
You're
it.
insane.
Doesn't
Can't
look like
see it
a
at
penis.
all.
I mean, I guess the shade is a foreskin.
So it's like, you get the one...
Do we have to do this?
It's peeling back.
It's
Guys,
so flaccid.
I'm sorry I haven't been doing my lines this quickly. Can we please forgive me and not do this?
It's fine.
Seriously, don't see a penis. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Fuck.
I don't
see a
up that
penis.
post somewhere.
I don't see it. Maybe
I mean, like-
maybe it's just on the mind, Orange.
Okay.
Maybe if your penis was fucking curved like that.
Look, something...
Look, I'm just saying, back in Hammerfell they have curved swords.
something Rudolph's rose is withering or whatever. Dad said he was getting a stomachache earlier, but I guess that was what all the adults who came here today were actually feeling. I thought they were jealous of us, the grandchildren, just playing and laughing without a care. The stories Dad told me. Head of the family was a violent man who rained blows on his sons with his own fists. Even beat his daughters mercilessly with a wooden sword. They were staunch traditionalists with his kids. It wasn't the same with their names. Because of that, even us grandkids have to suffer. Well, I had absolutely no trouble believing the terrifying image they painted him. I don't have any memories of meeting him over the years, but I remember his face was full of menacing thunderclouds. It was making the people around him shrink away with a sharp look. I remember that room's atmosphere got so tense whenever he was around you couldn't even breathe. But my dad said right now that me being the guest of honor now carries a little more oomph to me. 6 years ago, I was in grade school. But I'm a high schooler now. There's no getting away from it. If I don't show him respect, things will probably get serious. Ooh, scary.
He does look frightening, but he's not completely terrifying. He's definitely never unfair. He's just not a pretty talker, that's all.
I'm George Nissan. You've been the family darling since like forever because of your awesome grades, right? Father treats us completely different. Me, I've been slapped with a wooden sword. On my ass! My ass! My maidenly, naked ass!
Ass!
That's gonna be good.
Well, you're the heiress of the head house. Just a good challenge. Also, there's a gray area on my sprite between my arm and torso. Grandfather is giving you special attention.
A wooden stick?
You have to realize that his strictness shows how much he's expecting of you.
Oh, come on. Seriously, I could just turn the succession over to you, George Nissan. It's a bit of a heavy burden for me to carry. Especially on my ass.
Ass!
I think I already said that before. This goes the daughter who will inherit the head house. Pressure on her shoulders must be different from us cousins of the branch families.
Huh? Sakura-chan heavy? If I hold it, will it get lighter?
Thanks. It's alright. It's not gonna get pushed on you, Maria-chan. I'm gonna bear that cross until my grave. Worry.
Well, grateful for Maria's innocent consideration, seeing that Jessica could not easily rid herself of the anxiety from the future that remained visible on her face. I guess I'm no different. Any high schooler with exams looming ahead is bound to have an anxiety for the future they can't hide.
Ria, come here. We'll be in this room with Mom.
Finally, good. Apparently you're with me in this room. Here.
No. This is a surprise. We're in our parents' room. Wow.
Figured his cousins are probably all going to gather in one place anyway. I went and told them to make it a biggish room.
Aw. We can hear us too. It's better than being together with Mama.
Okay, you like it here better too, Maria. Alright, so I'm George and mine, but we'll give you special permission to come in. Keep it a secret from your mom, alright?
Good.
Her mother, Auntie Rosa, was right behind her. Maria still answered, striking her with her fist clenched tight. After our parents put the luggage in the rooms, they gathered again in the corridor.
So, brats, what are you gonna do? Are you cousins just gonna stay here and chat?
Then they were heading to the mansion to announce their arrival. Normally would have had to follow them and greet everyone together. But if that had been the case, Dad would have just said, "You guys come too." But done with it. As long as that's alright if we don't come. So, what'll we do?
It's gonna be time for lunch soon anyway. Better let the kids unwind here. Besides, if worse comes to worse, this might be the last chance they get to play outdoors.
Go too.
Maria, you house it for Mama, okay? Behave yourself and wait here.
Now that Maria had been told to house sit, we couldn't just leave her behind. Organically realized that immediately and gave a clear reply for all of us.
We'll accept your offer and house it. We have lots of stories to tell each other after a year.
That would be best. Batlakun has 6 years worth to tell after all.
Yeah. I'll take care of the house like a good little boy.
Kumasawa-san, I'm gonna stay here too. Leave the rest of the adults, and us kids will break.
Break. Kelly.
Joe.
Kelly.
Sally?
He's muted right now.
Here, boy.
Shelly.
Crimson, you
I've
might
been
wanna,
saying it, but my mic has been muted. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I was actually paying attention too. I just didn't realize I was muted.
That's fine.
It's alright, man.
Sally.
That would be for the best. Oh. I'll report it to Madame.
Then everyone, I'll be guiding you to the mansion. Please, this way.
Other kids aside, George is an adult now. Wouldn't it be better if you came with us?
If we make him come, poor George will be the last one left out. Interacting with his cousins is also important. Well then, see ya guys!
Bill slipped one after the other. The time he had guided us from the harbor, Yoda-san went ahead with Kumasawa-san at the rear. As we got in the cousins' room assigned to us, George Aniki asked us to excuse him for a second. We rushed over to Kumasawa-san, who was following behind the disappearing adults and seemed to be asking her for something. He soon finished his business and came back. What's up, Aniki?
Nothing. I just, wanted to ask something.
Me too. Me too.
Could it be that George Nissan asks Kumasawa-san and doesn't ask me, I wonder? I don't have a clue.
No, you, misunderstand. I'm not sure what you're misunderstanding, but...
Aniki was getting pretty tongue-tied. Like he has something to hide. Jessica had the dirt on her. Whatever it is, only Jessica knows, and is no fun at all. And I don't. Hey, Maria. If we're the only ones out of the loop, is it now? We want to hear what they're talking about, don't we?
Why do you want to know too? Why do you want to know too?
I fooled around like ooh-oohing with Maria.
No, I'm telling you, it's no big deal.
Liar! You suck at lying. Now confess! Maria, you tickle his right side, I tickle his left.
On the right side. That one on the left.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait, you two. Wait, stop. Stop.
Aniki rolled around in the bed in an effort to get away. Maria and I played around chasing it. Something in the back of my mind telling me that I'm a high schooler now, and not a damn kitten. But in spite of that, I miss this kind of fun. A warm kind of fun.
George Nissan was asking Kumasawa-san. See? Well, you know how it is. It's been a year since he last came to the head house. Apparently he's really dying to say hi to any servants that might have joined or quit in the meantime, see?
Hi, I'll say hi too.
What the hell? I don't even feel guilty about Aniki. That's not it, is it? Maria, don't be fooled. Aniki's still hiding something. Resume interrogation. Yeah!
So stop it, seriously. Maria-chan, you too, just stop already.
Probably busy with cleaning or lunch arrangements. It's alright, we'll go and greet them properly afterwards. Basically, you want Shannon out here to greet you, not that Goda getting in the way, right?
Shannon. Ah, I remember that girl. Still a servant now. How is she? House.
Ow.
Big house.
Hallway.
Big manor home.
Oh yeah, this is
By the
Nazi.
manor house.
Go ahead.
By the way, Nason, how's your headache been lately? It seems to be pretty serious for a time. MILF alert!
Yeah, no, that's a really good one.
Wait, whose mom is she?
That is Jessica's mom.
Oh, Jessica, right.
Explains there. I have been much better lately. Thank you for your concern. Alright, here. Present for you, Natsuhide-san. Thank you once again. I'm always receiving gifts from you. This black tea? Syrup tea with peppermint and lemon balm. It's a blend from a famous store, and it's supposed to be good for headaches. I thought it might help you too.
Was always a conscientious woman. Probably because she was the youngest of four, and by quite some distance. She managed to grow up without harboring the venomosity of her siblings. Her consideration made Natsu soften her expression for just a moment. But it wasn't enough to undo the many years of anxiety that had curdled her expressions into one of bland indifference.
Oh yes, you always were saying you get those headaches. Pull yourself together. Jessica-chan will have her exams this year, won't she? Isn't that a turning point in her life? How can she count on her mother like that? Besides, Natsuhide-san, you're 3 years younger than me. Can't you pull yourself together? I apologize. I was born with this discomfort.
Ava sometimes fails to choose her words carefully, but even though she hit it with a smile, her comments aimed at Natsu contained shards of obvious malice. Of course, that didn't escape Natsu. She frantically contained her urge to grimace and pretended to ignore Ava.
A bad liquor will have his exams this year too, right? Rudolph-san, will you be a little concerned too? For the sake of your own son, get serious to the point of getting headaches like Natsuhide-san.
If I say anything, he automatically goes against it. So what should I say? Maybe the opposite, that it's okay for him to mess around? That's probably the only thing he'd obediently listen to. In your family, Hideyoshi-san, didn't George do really well in his exams? Please, teach me the secret to controlling children.
Well, probably because I've convinced him why he should study. Study isn't worth anything on its own. That's right. The real point of studying is to train yourself in the art of research. And you don't know. Wait, researching what you don't know. If you can't do that, you can't be useful to society. I'm not talking about math or writing. You need to learn how to learn.
That's splendid. It would be nice if our Jessica could understand that, though. Don't mean this too seriously, but as it is, as an heiress of the Ushimiya family, do you really have to force her into becoming the successor? Women have to find their own happiness. Parents shouldn't be deciding that for their children, right?
Hold your horses, Emma. Each family has its way to raise their children. You shouldn't be pushy.
I'm sorry. Natsuhide-san, don't take it the wrong way.
The light shining in through the window was quite warm despite the cloudy weather. There was a dark mood about the room.
probably cause headaches for other people beside Natsuhi. To brush away that mood, Kyrie brightly made a suggestion to all present.
Sorry. Oh, this black tea has a really lovely aroma. Let's drink it at once. I believe that in Japan you can't buy something like Leopold's black tea anywhere but Ginza, right? Kyrie-san, how knowledgeable of you! Really was worth buying.
Kyrie rose up to their seats and made as if to prepare the black tea. Natsuhi forestalled them.
Thank you both. Let us save that for later. One of our people will soon be coming to bring some tea, so please relax.
Leave it for later, you two. Let them treat us to a welcome drink at least.
Rudolph gave a subtle signal with his eyes when they sat down again. Kyrie and Rosa understood instantly and immediately returned to their seats. The guests had already been greeted, and so it was time for some tea to be prepared for them. That tea was late, and having the guests talk about making some themselves was an embarrassment for the host. Natsuhi bit her lower lip, frustrated with the ineptitude of the servants who were taking too long to bring the tea. Seeing her face, Ava, without hesitation, started to giggle. We're trying to no way of knowing what was taking place in the parlor. And she came in pushing a dishcart piled with teacups. Natsuhi gave her a pained look for no apparent reason, and Janet couldn't help but flinch without knowing what she had done wrong.
Excuse me. She'll prepare some tea for you.
Oh, Shannon-chan, it's been a while. You keep getting prettier every time I see you. Need to look up.
Oh, Christ.
Thanks. Leave the chatting for after you've set the table. You will get cold. I apologize, madam.
She apologized like a small, frightened animal. But when we get to the serving cart, made a jarring racket as she dropped several teaspoons. Her clumsiness made Natsuhi's expression even harsher. It made Shannon in turn quail even more.
It's alright, Natsuhi-san. What does a single greeting matter? I've already been made to wait for so long, tea must be quite cold anyway. It's alright. It's not cold yet. It's cold. Shannon, finish setting the table quickly. I'm sorry, madam.
It was obvious Natsuhi was getting irritated. The ineptitude that delayed the tea, the clumsiness of the servant, everything pointed to the incompetence of Natsuhi's everyday guidance, making her lose face. As the person in charge of matters of the Ashuramiya head house, allowing that clumsiness to be exposed today of all days was surely nothing less than total humiliation.
Lay off, Natsuhime-san. Don't you think it's a little harsh to bully Shannon-chan when she's trying her best?
Not bullying anyone. A nice smell. May I ask you the brand of this tea? I'm terribly sorry. I'll find out for you later.
Kyrie tried to be nice to her, wanting to cut through the tense mood. However, instead, Shan had shown a disgraceful display, darkening Natsuhi's face and the room's mood. By that point, Ava's giggles were loud enough to be heard by everything in the room.
What's this? Shannon-chan, don't you even know what you're pouring us? Come now, you mustn't serve something so suspicious to guests. We'll need a silver spoon at the very least before we can drink this.
I'm sorry. I'll go get one immediately. Shannon-chan. You know what silver spoons are used for? Or why they have to be silver? Do you know why? No.
Ava's eyes played over Shannon, who's setting the table, and a catty smile floated onto her face. Taken on its own, the expression on Ava's face may have been charming, in an impish sort of way. However, the words being spun from her lips held within them the keenness of a razor. Shannon tried with all of her might to avoid Ava's gaze. She needed to focus on her. Grasping that Shannon was hard-pressed for an answer, Rosa promptly gave some timely help.
They say that silver dims if it's touched by poison. You've learned something right. You learned something. Right, Shannon-chan?
Tea is being treated as undrinkable unless it could be first be tested for poison. Now sees eyes as both insults to both the tea and herself for serving. But Rudolph then flippantly patted Ava on the shoulder. Patting Ava on the shoulder.
You don't need any silver cutlery. With just one lick of your poisonous talk, even a silver plate would go pitch black.
What? I get to hear that poison tongue every day, so I must be poison-proof by now. Eva, I don't mind you doing it to me, but you gotta tone it down a smidge for the poor souls without resistance.
My, how cruel. I'm gonna give Shannon a bit of information about tea, didn't I?
Ever followed the lead set by Hideyoshi, his horse laugh, and smiled, though sourly. There remained a single exception to this announcement. But even so, for the time being, conversations at the parlor can have been mistaken for a lively and friendly chat. As Shannon finally finished setting the tea table and made it to leave, Kyrie apologized to her in a low voice for not being able to help. Shannon gave a light bow and made a hasty retreat. Shannon cast her eyes downward, pushing the cart down the corridor. The pitiful air around her made it obvious that she had borne the brunt of some bullying.
Don't be sad. You didn't do anything wrong, Nason.
You were watching.
That is my duty. Madam and Ava's son can go to hell. But the even worse coward is that guy.
Cannon glared hatefully in the opposite direction of the parlor. Arrangements for the tea had been delayed by a little bit of trouble in the kitchen. Trouble had not been Shannon's fault. Truth is, it had been Goda's mistake. In the first place, there was no way that a show-off like Goda would ever hand off an over-flamboyant job like carting tea to the guests. He had needed to make the tea all over again, which made him late. Realizing that he wouldn't be earning any brownie points, he had pushed the task of setting the table on Shannon, who happened to be passing by. One could truthfully call it being shrewd, and one could unquestionably call it cowardice.
It's alright, Cannon-kun. Thank you. I really don't mind.
Cannon's silence vividly showed that Shannon's words were coming from her heart.
Thank you. Even if you're the only one who understands, I still feel a bit better, I think.
You bottle things up too much, Nason. You should be less hard on yourself for once.
Yeah. Thanks.
Suddenly they both felt someone's presence and whirled around. An elderly man stood there. It was Genji, the head servant.
What are you doing there? Shannon, hurry back to the kitchen.
Yes. If you'll excuse me.
Ken humbly obeyed and probably made me to push the cart and leave. However, Ken appealed to Genji in silence, hearing something in his eyes that he cannot express in words.
What is it? Did something happen?
Shannon didn't do anything wrong. But those...
Stop it, Canon-kun. If you'll excuse me. Return to work immediately. Canon-kun, you too. Go back to your post. Please.
If you say so, Mason.
If there is nothing, then go.
Yes. If you'll excuse me.
Oh my god, Shelly, by the way, you're muted.
Dad was like, what?
Zoom.
Confirms that Kumasawa is my favorite character now.
I am wide and ready to do some old lady.
I was also gonna say, hey, for convenience,
I didn't say
Josh,
jelly.
can you put Canon Dad in episode 1? Umineko episode 1?
You mean like the edit?
Just like the GIF. We're looking for the GIF. Just put the GIF in there.
Oh, yeah, let me find the GIF real quick.
Wait, are we calling it here?
No. I just wanted to put post Canon Dad so someone else can see.
By the way, how long are these chapters, like, in between?
So normally these chapters are maybe like an hour long a piece, but for the fucking questions arc, some of them are really long.
Yeah.
Wait,
like,
are we
don't
just going until 1 o'clock now?
I mean, it kind of depends. Do people want to keep going, or do we want to stop at the Kumasawa monologues?
I wanna leave it in suspense until tomorrow because I'm evil.
Alright, fine.
My throat's actually starting to hurt worse.
That's fair. Alright.
Yeah, we should probably
I think
call it
3
here.
hours is a good time.
Don't forget to save our range.
Of course, I'm not stupid. Like
Don't forget to bring a towel.
Alright.
So,
Take your
fun
saves.
thing to point out, Canon calls Shannon Nason.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like their brother and sister.
Are they related? Probably.
Well, one thing I did see is, actually...
If you have any very distinct questions, post them.